The DA itself will obviously use our members on that committee to ensure that the process is robust and fair, and we look forward to playing our role in this committee, in which we have played a very, very key role in setting up.
South Africa's Art and Culture Deputy Minister Peace Mabe will today lead the national commemoration of the 29th anniversary of the signing of the Constitution in Sharpeville in the Vaal. The document had been signed in Sharpeville, where residents are still healing from the atrocities committed in their area during the apartheid era. They include killing of 69 people and the wounding of 180 others in a shooting incident involving police and the army in March 1960 in what is today known as the Sharpeville Massacre. The department spokesperson Cynthia Chaka.
This milestone returns the country to a place that symbolizes both the pain of apartheid and the moral resolve that shaped the democratic transition. Sharpeville is central to the nation's constitutional journey. In 1960, peaceful protesters who rejected the pass laws faced deadly force, exposing to the world the cruelty of a system built on racial oppression. In 1996, President Nelson Mandela chose this very community for the signing of the democratic constitution, cementing Sharpeville as a site of remembrance, accountability, and national renewal.
Lastly, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says the U.S. and the European security guarantees would be needed for Ukraine to hold elections. He's come under pressure from President Donald Trump, who has been repeating the Russian viewpoint that a lack of elections would mean his country is not democratic. The BBC's Joel Gunter.
Not for the first time, Mr. Zelensky appeared irritated by the remarks from Mr. Trump. This is a matter for the people of Ukraine, not people from other states, the Ukrainian president told reporters during a Q&A session last night. But for the first time since the full-scale invasion began, President Zelensky conceded he was willing to take the country to the polls, a huge step given the complexities involved. He asked for help from the US and his European allies in overcoming the security issues around wartime elections.
For any news stories you'd like to share with us, please send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us at +27 11714 4459. Channel Africa News, I'm Onele Tsinzi.
SABC News. The African Perspective. Time to stay informed, inspired, and connected to the ideas driving Africa forward. The Upside on Channel Africa, the African Perspective.
Hey, come on now. It's gone 7 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time. Good afternoon and welcome to The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African Perspective with me, Tebohole Kuleni. I'm riding solo today. Umatseko's missing in action. She's out here playing with other kids, but she'll be back tomorrow and normal business will resume. But it's The Upside, Wednesday edition of The Upside. Thank you so much for tuning in. Catch us live on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. And do us a favor, download our brand new Channel Africa app so you can take us with you wherever you go on your Android or your iOS device. And let me know where you're streaming us from this afternoon. +27 63 406 9126 is the WhatsApp line. Here's what's coming up on The Upside this afternoon. On Monday, we were celebrating some technical innovators on the African continent, and we continue to do so today. Kenya's Margaret Wanjiku is leading the charge in smart pollination technology as she joins Africa's top 5 Tech Found Her winners. And then in the second hour, we get into conversation about KwaZulu-Natal tourism. because it's poised to welcome over 1 million visitors this festive season. And we know those who live in South Africa, you don't really go to Durban come festive season. That place gets packed. And we'll be talking about how the tourism spending is expected to inject 13 billion rand into the provincial economy. We'll delve into topics of cruise tourism as well in that conversation. And then in the final hour, we'll be joined in studio by broadcaster, entrepreneur, author, proverb. I lost my voice there for a second. Proverb will be joining us in studio as he explores how health touches every part of our lives in a reflective and practical new release. The book is titled To Health With It. That's all coming up on The Upside. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's 9 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African Time.
Parlez-vous couramment le français? Êtes-vous passionné par la radio? Et êtes-vous qualifié pour travailler en Afrique du Sud? Envoyez-nous votre CV et vos 3 minutes démo en MP3 à @channelafrica.co.za pour avoir une chance de rejoindre la famille Channel Africa. Si vous n'avez pas de réponse après 14 jours, cela signifie que vous n'avez pas été retenu. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine. Africa, voici Abedi.
Oui, c'est moi.
Abedi est un passionné de musique dans l'âme. Il a un goût pour toutes sortes de musique et passe ses journées à écouter Channel Africa.
J'aime beaucoup la musique africaine.
OK. Devinez quoi? Channel Africa veut aider Abedi et les mélomanes du monde entier à découvrir encore plus de musique incroyable. C'est pourquoi Channel Africa appelle les artistes africains à soumettre leur musique. Chers artistes, n'oubliez pas de nous fournir toutes vos informations pertinentes à l'email adresse musique@channelafrica.co.za. Les soumissions sont votre chance d'être entendues, mais elles ne garantissent pas une playlist. Toutes les soumissions seront soigneusement examinées pour voir si elles répondent aux exigences de notre station. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
Channel Africa, your voice, your sound, and your home. Stay logged right here.
It's the kids, baby.
Jason Derulo.
Hasimbalama.
Basikhohlwe ngenkinga. Sekubalisela.
How'd you?
Basikhuphula imizwa.
Wezombi.
Sukumisa umzimba. Basikhohlwe ngenkinga. Sekubalisela. Basikhuphula imizwa. Sukumisa umzimba. Koma sava. Koma sava nana. Aye sava. Aye sava nana.
Koma sava. Koma sava. Koma sava. Koma sava. Aye sava.
Aye sava.
Aye sava. Aye sava. Aye sava.
Koma sava.
So easy, it just be buggy.
What's the price to love you? Would you still leave here with me if I didn't have $1? You fucked up my Prada, put lipstick on my collar. Could be my dirty secret if we keep it undercover. Como ça va? It's nice to meet you. You couldn't wait, so you said fuck me in the club. What made you walk my way? Was it my smile or my diamond rolling? You ain't seen nobody else in the place till you heard me say, Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Aïe ça va. 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 Comment ça va?
So easy, it just be buggy. So easy, it just be buggy. How are you? Unjan. Come
americano. Ni hao, assalamu alaikum. ¿Cómo estás, amigo? Namaste. ¿Cómo ça va? Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Aya ça va, aya ça va, aya ça va, aya ça va, aya ça va. Comment ça va?
Zombie, easy, it just be quaggy.
Itiwe sanibonani amba namajita sekreteti yapila ntwana wena unjani ayiwena ngithi vele funani ayiwe zombi sanibonani amba namajita sekreteti yapila ntwana wena unjani ayiwena ngithi vele funani ayiwe zombi saba saba tata.
Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Aya ça va, aya ça va, aya ça va, aya ça va, aya ça va. Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Aya ça va, aya ça va, aya ça va, aya ça va, aya ça va.
Zombie, easy, it just be quaggy. Zombie, easy, it just be quaggy.
The Upside, 1 to 4 p.m. Central African Time. With Tebogo Kuleni and Mateko Mosito. Only on Channel Africa, the African Perspective.
It's gone 15 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African Time. Comment ça va by Diamond Platinums, Khalil Harrison and Schley. If I'm not mistaken, I heard, Katu, you'd correct me. I heard, who's that guy? The American artist, Jason Derulo. Did I hear Jason Derulo on that, right? I think I heard Jason Derulo there. Yeah, Jason Derulo was there on Comment ça va. This is obviously, I think this is a remix of the song. Welcome to the Wednesday edition of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African Perspective, with me, Tebogo Lekuleni. Join me on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok, where we are streaming live. And do us a favor, download our brand new Channel Africa app so you can take us with you wherever you go. On that app, right, not only can you stream the show live, but you can also check out the lineup, what shows are coming up next, read up on the presenters, get to know us a bit better, and also see the amazing work that Channel Africa is doing behind the scenes. So the name of the app is Channel Africa, and we've got a newly revamped website as well, www.channelafrica.co.za, if you'd like to revisit some of our conversations. And earlier, like I said, this week we spoke to Tech Found Her Africa Challenge, one of the winners. Her innovation was focused on pest and disease detection amongst crop. Well, today we highlight and spotlight another winner. Right, the Tech Found Her Africa Challenge awarded 5 women who across the board showcase exemplary technological skill sets. Now, 5 women founders across Africa have been awarded more than $100,000 in this year's Naspers Process Tech Found Her Africa Challenge, a program celebrating innovators using technology to solve real problems on the continent. Among the standout founders is Kenya's Margaret Wanjiku, whose company, Pollen Patrollers, is helping secure Africa's food future through smart hive technology. Her connected hive systems allow beekeepers to monitor hive health in real time and improve pollination outcomes for farmers at a moment when agricultural systems face enormous pressure. Margaret joins fellow winners from Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, and the DRC, a cohort showing how women-led technology ventures are not just shaping Africa's digital economy, but strengthening communities and building resilience where it matters most. She now joins us on the line. Margaret, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on your innovation. Tell us more about Pollen Patrollers and what inspired this business.
Thank you so much. So, my name is Margaret. I'm the CEO and founder of Pollen Patrollers. So, I grew up in the rural areas, having been taken there by my parents from unavoidable circumstances. And my grandparents were beekeepers, and they saw each year the struggles that they had each and every time because of lack of harvest. This is mainly because of maybe infestation of pests in the hives, or maybe diseases, or maybe things like honey badger. I was very young at this particular time, and I did not know exactly what was the cause. But when I joined university during my field extension visits, I was able to interact with farmers in a place known as Kajiado here in Kenya, and I saw them using bees for pollination, and they also faced the same similar situation. This is like 20 years after they faced similar situations, the same situations that my grandparents were facing. So we came up with my sister, who is a co-founder in the company, and we tried to look for a solution. What would we do for us to be able to solve this problem that has been going on for over 20 years? So we came up with a solution with a smart device that is placed inside the roof of the beehive. It's able to detect perimeters inside the hive, and this information is sent to beekeepers via simple SMS on their phones on the condition of the hive, and even a solution that just in case there's a problem. And for precision pollination, we also have an AI-powered smart device that is mounted on the farm. It's able to take the size, shape, and even the topography of the farm, and this information is sent to a dashboard, and you're able to know where exactly to place the hives for proper pollination services. So basically, Pollen Patrollers is trying to fight colony collapse and pollinate African farms.
How brilliant is this innovation? How brilliant is this innovation? We are currently in conversation with the founder of Pollen Patrollers. Her name is Margaret Wanjiku. She is one of the winners of this year's Naspers Process Tech Found Her Africa Challenge, who walked away with prize money to the value of 100,000 rand, $100,000, which was shared amongst the 5 winners. We'll unpack more about this pollen technology with Margaret right after this. It's 21 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African Time.
Conversations are happening, and Channel Africa is at the heart of them. We tell the African story with clarity, pride, and purpose, reaching audiences that matter to your brand. Partner with us and connect your business with listeners across borders in multiple languages and markets. For partnership opportunities, sponsorship, or sales, email us at partnership@channelafrica.co.za. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Your life, your rhythm, your Africa. Channel Africa. Find it for free on Google Play and the Apple App Store. Tebogo and Mateko.
22 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African Time. This is indeed The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African perspective, with me, Tebogo Lekuleni. Happy Wednesday. How's your day going so far? We are celebrating Women in Tech. This year's Naspers Process Tech Found Her Africa Challenge awarded 5 women technological entrepreneurs with the amount of $100,000 for their innovations. And one of the winners is Margaret Wanjiku, whose company Pollen Patrollers is helping secure Africa's food future through smart hive technology. I didn't know that you can install technology to monitor the health of a beehive. Margaret must tell us how it all came to be and the kind of technology that she is using to monitor the health of a hive. Because you think about it, you go to a beehive or beekeeper's place, you hardly think that technology would be able to monitor such intricate designs and conditions in which the bees are building and creating honey and honeycombs and so on and so forth. So what kind of technology? What is it measuring? And who can use this? Is this ideal for smallholder beekeepers, commercial? And these are the questions that we'll be unpacking with Margaret as we get her back on the line. If you're a beekeeper yourself, is this technology that you would have considered for yourself? Is this useful technology? Being able to monitor the health of a hive. How big a problem is dealing with honey badgers or dealing with, other diseases? I don't know what could influence or what could harm a hive, but is this kind of technology that monitors the health of a hive? Is this something that you would look into? Well, let us know. Drop us a WhatsApp. +2763 406 9126 is our WhatsApp line. Or alternatively, comment below on our social media platforms where we are streaming live at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. We've got Margaret back on the line. Margaret, walk us through how this hive technology actually works and what makes it so transformative for small scale and commercial beekeepers.
So our technology works in two ways. We have one that is a smart device that is used for beekeepers and another one that is used for small-scale farmers. So for the beekeepers, we have a smart device that is mounted inside the roof of the beehive. It's able to detect perimeters inside the hive. There's been temperature, humidity, foraging activities, movements, and even sound inside the hive. And this information is to act as an early warning system for the beekeeper. This information is sent to our beekeepers via simple SMS on their phones on the condition of the hive and a solution just in case there's a problem. For precision pollination, that is also powered by artificial intelligence. This is where we are able to map up the whole farm, taking the size, shape, topography, and even the blooming schedule of the farm. And we are able to know where exactly to place the hives for proper pollination services. So basically what we do is at Pollen Patrollers is fight colony collapse and help small-scale farmers pollinate their farms.
Margaret, a lot of people hardly think about pollination, right? And the importance of pollination. We often overlook it. Talk to us about how big an impact pollination has on food security across Africa.
So let me talk of pollination when it comes to beekeeping. So it's quite fortunate that bees pollinate at least a third of all the foods we eat. And according to the United Nations, 60% of bee colonies collapse each and every year, 60% in Africa, and this is not different in my country, Kenya. So basically what pollination does is help in pollinate African farms. This is basically increasing their yields, the quantity of the fruit or even vegetables, quantity and even quality. So it's very important for the African market because this brings in a boost in their crop yields, increasing their yields by up to 50% and also increasing their revenue. This is, when it comes to beekeeping, increasing their revenue with up to 33%. So when it comes to food security, pollination happens to be key because of increase in crop yields by up to 50%.
And I understand that you don't run this business by yourself as pollinator patrollers. Talk to us about the team that you work with. Where did it start to where you are now? Because this success, especially having won this award, is not just for you, but the whole team.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the question. So when it comes to our team, I have expertise in community development. I have Charity Werimo, who has expertise in business management. We have Juliet Wanjohi, who has expertise in agriculture, having worked with entities such as Syngenta for over 20 years. We have Peter Akech, who is the hardware engineer, and Daniel Gidumbi, who is the firmware engineer. So Peter Akech is in charge of development of the devices, and Daniel Gidumbi is in charge of anything IT. This is the software, sending SMSs, making sure that our devices work since they are AI and IoT powered.
And from the sounds of it, it sounds simple to use this the platform. So especially for beekeepers who maybe are not well adept when it comes to technology, would you say it's a simple enough tool for them to understand and utilize and maximize its potential?
Yeah, we make it as simple as possible for the farmers and beekeepers because we understand that we work with people who are mostly in the rural areas. These being beekeepers maybe from who are not even maybe educated even to up to secondary level. So what we do is that we make sure that the only information that we give is the most necessary information, and the information is also sent via SMSs on their local languages. So it's very easy for anyone or any farmer to understand.
All right. How can farmers then get in touch with you to utilize and get access to this technology?
So farmers can get to us via LinkedIn, via or Facebook. All of them being pollen patrollers, via Facebook. We also you can get more information from our website, which is www.pollenpatrollers.com, and mainly LinkedIn and Facebook. You can reach us via LinkedIn and Facebook.
Amazing. Margaret, congratulations yet again on your victory, and may this project, may Pollen Patrollers grow beyond Africa, may it go global, because bees and pollination is a global thing, and it impacts how farmers end up producing crops, and it ends up influencing our food security as well. So shout out to you, amazing work that you're doing, and all the best for the future of Pollen Patrollers.
Thanks a lot.
The voice of Margaret Wanjiku, who is the founder of Pollen Patrollers. She, this year, was awarded as one of the winners at Naspers Process Tech Found Her Africa Challenge. And this was a program celebrating innovators using technology to solve real problems on the continent. It's 30 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African Time. Let's get the latest sports.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Let's kick off with football news. Bafana captain Ronwen Williams reckons they can clinch the team's long-awaited second continental title at the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. Bafana assembled for their final preparation camp this week ahead of the tournament to be held in Morocco from the 21st of December to the 18th of January. The team last achieved continental glory almost 30 years ago on home soil, and after returning a bronze medal from the previous AFCON in the Ivory Coast, Williams believes they are up to the task of making the nation happy.
Yeah, of course, that will be the expectations now. That's the expectation that we have for ourselves, that we want to go one better. But is it going to be easy? No. Everyone is probably thinking the same like us, that they want to win it. Morocco, as being the host nation, they don't want to let their people down. So it's not going to be easy. We're going to have to double our efforts, have the right mindset, the killer mindset, each and every game from the first till the last, and just use our experience that we gained in the last AFCON and build on what we've built on over the last few years to just carry us through.
The Mamelodi Sundowns captain is no stranger to the big stages, including the recent FIFA Club World Cup in the US, and shares the importance of not having stage fright as he leads the team to Morocco.
No stage fright. And I think I'm blessed in that sense, because not many players can say that, because it's not easy. Playing in front of so many supporters, they make it hostile for you. You sometimes you feel... You can feel it and it can get to you. But me being the person I am and what I've been through and the national team, club football as well, the good moments, the bad moments, nothing can faze me anymore.
And Zimbabwe Football Association ZIFA President Nqobile Magwizi's leadership is once again under intense pressure amid fresh revelations of a coordinated and well-funded plot to destabilize his administration ahead of the Warriors Africa Cup of Nations campaign in Morocco. Sources within the Football Association say a long-standing rival of the current administration, who previously attempted to contest for ZIFA office but was disqualified, is allegedly sponsoring a group of councillors and media personalities to push for a vote of no confidence in Magwizi. The same network is believed to be behind the recent uproar over the newly unveiled Warriors kit, which insiders say has been strategically amplified to portray the Magwizi-led executive as incompetent. On to cricket news, Western Province captain Leah Jones has expressed excitement at receiving a maiden call-up to the one-day international squad for the South Africa's Proteas women, having been named in Mandla Mashimbi's contingent to take on Ireland this month. The 23-year-old has been one of the impressive players on the domestic front and has been knocking on the national team selector's door for a while. While Mashimbi said Jones has shown maturity in a game recently, the player herself says she was a bit overwhelmed by the call-up.
It's obviously really exciting, something I waited for a very long time. So getting the call was obviously a bit overwhelming, but I was really happy, still really happy, and really excited to get going and can't wait to at least get going.
And finally, rugby news. There are no fewer than 9 Springboks in the Stormers starting lineup for the Champions Cup encounter with La Rochelle at Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium on Saturday. Warwick Gerland, Sasha Feinberg Mgomezulu, Kobus Reinach, Evan Roos and Andre Hugo Venter all come into the starting 15 for the clash with the two-time champions, which kicks off at 3 p.m. on Saturday in Gqeberha. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. This is Channel Africa Sport with me, Figile Lingwati.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Midday vibes, great programming, and good company. This is Channel Africa. The sound of Africa is evolving. Experience our new mobile app. Free to download, free to connect.
35 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time. Let's get the latest in business news now and find out how the markets are moving.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Thanks, Debucho. Good afternoon. Our top story this hour, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC, and Heirs Energies say they've signed agreements with 5 investors to capture and monetize gas that would otherwise be wasted through flaring, where the fuel is burned in the open. Nigeria holds Africa's largest proven gas reserves and is betting on gas to drive industrial growth and cut emissions. Analysts say the joint venture approach reflects a growing focus on sustainable asset development and monetization of previously underutilized resources. They say such initiatives are essential to broadening the country's energy mix and reducing reliance on expensive alternatives across power and manufacturing sectors. Nigeria's debt to the World Bank is expected to reach approximately $9.65 billion by December 2025, with nearly $8.4 billion in new loans secured since May 2023. The borrowing, initiated by President Bola Tinubu, involved $2.7 billion in loans for 4 major projects, primarily focusing on power sector recovery, renewable energy access, girls' education, and women's economic empowerment.
It would be fair we look at the entire debt portfolio of Nigeria. If you look at if you look at the past administration, the growth of debt, it was much higher than what we see now. But the speed of growth we've seen the past 2-3 years is partly attributed to the depreciation of the Naira. Naira has lost about over 60% of its value. So in real term, yes, nominal term, the growth, the debt has grown speedily, but in real term, it is not, the difference is not really that much.
South Africa's construction sector is showing signs of recovery with a 0.1% increase in the third quarter of 2025, despite the overall economic growth being only 0.5%. The Afrimat Construction Index rose over 10%. The government launched its first infrastructure and development finance bond to enhance capital formation and expand the national infrastructure pipeline. Chief Economist and Director at Econometrics, Dr. Azar Jamin.
It appears as if it might be turning the tide, but you've got to bear in mind that it has been an extremely depressed sector. The level of investment in construction has fallen by more than anything else in the economy. The GDP of construction has been by far the weakest of any of the 10 sectors of the economy in the last decade.
The World Bank Group has called on the Malawi government to implement fiscal consolidation in both revenue and expenditure to restore macroeconomic stability. The appeal was made by World Bank Malawi country manager Firaz Rad during the launch of the Malawi Public Finance Review report in Lilongwe. The report outlines several impediments to the country's economic development, presenting 8 key findings. The report highlights that exchange rate distortions and implicit subsidies are undermining public finances while escalating wage and interest expenses, together with deteriorating fiscal governance, are contributing to increased government spending. Amazon has announced plans to double its investment in India by 2030, spending a further $35 billion. It says the investment will create 1 million new jobs. The BBC's Arunodey Mukherjee reports.
Big tech US firms like Microsoft and Google have poured billions into India this year for AI advancement, ramping up infrastructure and data centers. India is still playing catch-up in the global AI race. The country's ambitions have faced numerous challenges, from semiconductor availability to skilled talent. Countries like China and the US have spent billions in research and development, critical funding that India has so far lacked, slowing its progress in becoming a major global player.
And now taking a look at the indicators, $1 US in Nigeria is trading at 1,451 naira this afternoon. In Botswana, it's 13 Bula 18. Kenya, the dollar is trading at 128 shilling 33, and in Zambia, it's 23 kwacha 10. The BRICS countries, $1 in Brazil is trading at 5 Real 43. Russia, 76 rubles 82. In India, it's 89 rupees 92. China, 7 yuan 6 cents. South Africa, $1 is trading at 17 rand 4 cents this afternoon. $1 is trading at 75 pence to the British pound and 85 to the euro. Looking at commodities, gold is trading at $4,192 per ounce, platinum $1,679 per ounce, while Brent crude oil is at $62.04 a barrel this afternoon. And that's the business news. I'll be back with another update in the next hour. For any stories you'd like to share with us, please do send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or give us a call on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa Business, I am Buntle Headbush.
Business News on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Madapiri pazoshitika. Madapiri pazoshitika.
Inogeka zingeni chihana lumbiritsidwa kukhala wachiwiri kwa mtsogoleri wa dziko la Malawi pa mwambo omwe unachitika ku nyumba ya chifumu ya Sanjika mu mzinda wa Blantyre. Ndiye pano tili ndi olemekezeka a chihana. Takulandirani olemekezeka pano pa wireless ya Channel Africa pa Chinyanja Service. Malawi ayembekezere zotani kuchokera kwa inu ngati wachiwiri winaso kwa president wa dzikolo?
Choyamba ngati vice president umagwira ntchito yopatsidwa ndi president imene yakuganizira. Ndiye malowozi athu atipatsa bwinobwino, koma ntchito yathu yayikulu ndi kuwathandiza president kuti masomphenya awo yakwanitsidwe. Pali zambiri zoti zichitike, nkhani ya njala mdziko muno, boma la udakali chimanga ndi china chomwe chili mdziko muno kuti tithandize ana families are affected. Chachiwiri kunali ma fuel shortages amene akanaliponso apo ndi apo tionetsetse kuti mapamps athu asakhale dry.
zochitika pa nthawi ya 6 koloko kufikira 7 koloko madzulo lolemba mpaka lachisanu ndi Madapiri.
Stay tuned to Channel Africa. Stream us on our new and updated website, channelafrica.co.za.
Initiating rage process.
Wine up for me, slow down for me. Yeah, boo. Only while on show me, I'm on your dance for me. Girl, you the best, girl, you the best. All over me, all over me. Need you in my bed, need you in my bed. Rotate time for me, rotate time for me. Girl in my place, there's no other place. Oh, I don't decrease, girl, I don't decrease. Oh, Belinda, your waist, it be like Cylinder, your waist. They do me like Kaluba for chase. You're Belinda, no stress. You're Belinda, your waist, it be like Cylinder, your waist. They do me like Kaluba for chase. You're Belinda, no stress me. Onjo kisa, everybody you get me travel. That no visa, open like Shade, kilo bade. And maybe fine like Beyonce, back at big daddy, kill out my shit. Rotate time for me, rotate time for me, time for me. My Anthony, can't on shit, look to me. Only your love, while I come me, and she said, I want you to be the guy we could do for my coolies. Need you in my bed, need you in my bed. Rotate time for me, rotate time for me. Girl in my place, there's no other place. Oh, I don't decrease, girl, I don't decrease. Oh, you're Belinda, your waist, it be like Cylinder, your waist. They do me like Kaluba for chase. You're Belinda, no stress. You're Belinda, your waist, it be like Cylinder, your waist. They do me like Kaluba for chase. You're Belinda, no stress. Don't we go dinner, Carolina. See, I don't be waste your time, Olina. Money there for pocket, get more moolah. Kaloma loga draba, yeah. Maluma shala, yeah. Kamalova away, oh baby. Need you in my bed, need you in my bed. Rotate time for me, rotate time for me. Girl in my place, there's no other place. Oh, I don't decrease, girl, I don't decrease. Oh, you're Belinda, your waist, it be like Cylinder, your waist. They do me like Kaluba for chase. Oh, you're Belinda, no stress. Oh, you're Belinda, your waist, it be like Cylinder, your waist. They do me like Kaluba for chase. Oh, you're Belinda, no stress.
Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802.
Imagine uko jangwani umepotea, mchana juani unatembea, utokapo ni mbali, uendapo ni mbali. Mara ngamia mbebaji akatokea, akukushusha mzigo lokulemea, upata fadhari, pole na safari. And that's what you did to me, yote 9 ila 10. Umeonyesha maana ya upendo, si kwa maneno bali kwa vitendo. Umeridhika na nilicho nacho, pewa tutoleage macho, siku nikiwa sina twalala. Oh baby twalala. Ah baby, before I close my eyes, mina muomba Mungu akulinde na kusimamie, wendo pacha wangu mie. Eti sikuizi vipi mbona sikusikii tena, sikusikii ukilia, sikusikii ukisema nipo bize na boo, jamani nimeshasema niko bize na baby. Iwe kwenye shida na raha, ama kwenye shibe na njaa, la kwako ndo langu, nitafika nao kiume. Fahamu umezimia, umewekewa damu zinaingia, bomba likafunguka, naweza tanyanyuka. Mara daktari wa zamu akaingia, umepata fahamu na mwangalia, machozi yanakuanguka, unatamani funguka. That's what you did to me, yote 9 ila 10, unanifurahisha kwenye tendo, na unipe penzi la magendo. Ah, baby, before I close my eyes, mina muomba Mungu akulinde na kusimamie, wendo pacha wangu mie. Eti sikuizi vipi, mbona sikusikii tena, sikusikii ukilia, sikusikii ukisema nipo bize na boo, jamani nimeshasema niko bize na baby, na msalaba wake nitaubeba, 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 iwe kwenye shida na raha, ama kwenye shibe na njaa, la kwako ndo langu, nitafika nao kiume.
Nitaubeba, Harmonize. Doesn't mean anything funny if you're thinking Nitaubeba. What does that mean? It means I will carry you. Hey, it means I will carry you. Please.
That's in Venda.
Get it? Yes, I will carry you. Nitaubeba. And before that, we had Belinda by LAX and Olamide. It's 10 minutes before 2 p.m. Central African Time. When we get back, it's time for Vent O'Clock.
Ukatili wa kijinsia unaharibu maisha na kutenga jamii. Hutokea nyumbani, shuleni, kazini na mara nyingi kwa ukimya. Lakini hauwezi kuendelea. Ukiona, ongea. Ikiwa unaumia, funguka, kwa sababu kutofanya lolote sio chaguo. Sikiliza vituo vyote 19 vya redio kuanzia Jumatano ya tarehe 23 Julai kwenye mijadala, ushauri, tamthilia, maonyesho ya elimu na mahojiano na wataalamu, manusura, watunga sheria na nchi nzima iliyoathirika na ukatili wa kijinsia kwenye vituo vyako pendwa vya redio. Piga simu 0800-428-428 ili kuripoti unyanyasaji au kupata msaada. GBV, ikomeshwe na wewe. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwenu na shirika la SABC.
Got something to say? Are you passionate about issues that matter? Do you have a voice that deserves to be heard? Well, we've got the perfect platform for you. Call in or drop us a WhatsApp on +27 63 406 9126. And we will call you back so you could have your say and be part of the conversation.
30 years of age. I just turned 30 on the 15th of November. So yeah, that's who I am, you know.
It's not just talk, it's your chance to air your views, share your opinion, engage with a community that values your perspective. Follow us on our social media. Visit our website at www.channelafrica.co.za and get ready to share your views on Channel Africa, the African perspective. The Upside with Tebogo Likuleni and Matseko Mosito, bringing Africa's voices to the world on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
8 minutes before 2 p.m. Central African time. This is The Upside, the Wednesday edition of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African perspective, with me, Tebogo Likuleni. Riding solo today, Matseko Mosito. We'll be back tomorrow. But join us on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok, and engage on our vent this afternoon. It's Vent O'Clock time, and we've decided to turn it into a men's conference.
Yeah.
We've got Black in the studio. You're hearing the lovely voice, the station imaging voice. Welcome to Channel Africa. He's the man behind it. Black, how you doing?
Africa.
That was a live session. Goosebumps. Listen, I wanted to vent, man.
Talk to me.
And it's sort of like a vent, but also a, guys, listen up. I'm talking to the gentleman, right? This one is for you. Sometimes a woman just wants to vent, get it off her chest. Tell you her problems, what she's going through, her frustrations, right? Sometimes that's all she wants, not a solution. This is the toughest realization for any man, that she's coming to me to tell me, babe, this is hurting me, I'm struggling with this happened, this, that. And immediately my mind as a guy is, solve the problem. Okay, babe, okay, I hear that. All right, this is how we fix it, and that's not what they want. Sometimes they just want to vent, and that's it.
The woman's psyche is quite different from us. I read something on one of the social media pages, and they were talking about the fact that women are addicted to the process of unpacking the situation. So let's say you were in trouble with your woman, right?
Yeah.
She knows the facts, but she wants you to keep tying yourself up. All right?
Okay.
So now you say the first lie.
Yeah.
She can correct you. She's not going to correct you.
Okay.
She'll let you untangle yourself even further and continue to doing that because she's addicted to that feeling of being right.
Is that the case?
Yeah. That's, okay, why else would they be doing it?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to understand what your mindset was when you were doing that specific thing. Maybe you're explaining yourself.
She knows that she can stop you at any given point.
Yeah.
And say, Unamang, you are lying.
Okay.
But she doesn't do it.
Yeah.
I'll give you another one why this theory makes sense. They also love to download. Okay. Download means that you do something today, right? But instead of addressing it today, she's not going to address it today. You do something else, and now it's time for an argument. You've piled up about 10 of them, and then now when you are fighting now, she's like, even that time you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in 1920 you did that.
Wait. But don't you think guys do that also?
To a less extent. With us, it's not about venting. The idea with us is not about, I want to collect points.
Yeah.
I'm trying to draw a picture that, okay, this behavior is because we've addressed this issue and we keep trying to address this issue. You've addressed it. There's a difference. And it's not getting solved. They don't address it. They pile it up. And pile it up. And pile it up and download it for more. But that's because we think differently. So there's nothing wrong with them.
We just do think differently. Yeah.
Remember also, during evolution, right, when we were evolving from mammal and all that stuff, from ape to man, and into the stage of hunter-gatherer, we spent a lot more time away hunting and all that stuff, and they stayed at home. So the whole mechanism, from where I see it, is designed to kind of keep, what is this thing here? What do they call it? Peace in the house. So you don't fight every battle type thing.
Okay.
You choose the battles you fight. And then when you do fight, because they've got bigger brains than ours, they remember more.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
But give advice then to the gentleman right there, the young man
young men.
They're just finding themselves in a relationship and they haven't encountered this before, right? And for them, they're used to, okay, we are solving a problem. If something is wrong, solve the problem. What is the solution? They now encounter a relationship where the partner is now saying, babe, this is what I'm experiencing. But instead of being greeted with, oh, babe, that was a brilliant solution, she's like, I just wanted you to listen. She doesn't receive it as you intended.
Because you spoiled the addiction. She's enjoying that unraveling thing.
So just let her
be.
Okay.
Now the thing is, you're saying I should advise young people. Young men, I'd say, learn to listen. There's a book that comes to mind. It's called The 4 Agreements.
Okay.
And in that book, it talks to be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personal. Do your best. I forgot the 4th agreement, but in all honesty, the part that I learned is do not take everything personally. Do not take anything personally, and be impeccable with your word. So when you're impeccable with your word, is you mean what you say and say what you mean. But also don't take the things that are around you too personally, because when you do that, you take somebody else's problem and you own them. So now just learn to live outside yourself and just see it for what it is.
Learn to listen, learn to be patient. Are we shortchanging women as guys? Because we're always fact-based, statistics, solution-based. Are we shortchanging them when we express what we are going through? Because sometimes they feel like just giving them 1-word, 2-word answers is not enough. They want the story. They want to understand the emotion. What are you experiencing? What are you feeling? Sometimes you just get straight to a point. This is what I'm going through. And at times it feels like you're shortchanging them. They want to hear the whole story. What brought you to this point?
I think there's a place for everything. There's a place for masculinity. There's a place for femininity, and both of them can coexist with each other. Now the problem is the world is changing and the world is getting softer. And most of us men, we're not given the memo that, hey guys, it's time now. So we are changing. We're going left. So we find ourselves as men still stuck in our masculine ways. And now these educated people, politically correct guys, get offended when they see a hardcore brother. And they wonder, why are you so Neanderthal? No.
Neanderthal.
But there's a place for us, there's a place for the feminine. And you can't do anything about it. Remember, there's also one of these sayings: good times make weak men, and hard times make strong men.
Yeah.
So there's a place for it. We just need to find the balance. The balance that says, Guti, it's okay. Be the man that you are.
Yeah.
Be the lady that you are.
Yeah.
Now, how do we coexist? What's the middle ground?
That's the key there. I tell you what, we need to have another session with Boo Black, because proper pearls of wisdom here. It's 2 p.m. Central African time. We've entered the second hour, the golden hour of the upside. But before we get into our festivities, let's get the latest news. Onel Nsinsi is standing by.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Ngete looking at your top stories. Schools and shops remain closed in the Eastern DRC, and the US and European security guarantees needed for Ukraine to hold elections. Your latest news. Greetings to our listeners. Schools and shops remain closed in Uvira, the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, amid fears that rebels have taken control of some government buildings. A surge in violence comes days after a peace deal was signed in the United States between Rwanda and the DRC, with the aim of ending decades of conflict in the Eastern Congo. The United Nations says 200,000 people have fled their homes, with dozens killed and wounded from the escalating clashes in recent days. A former presidential candidate from the DRC, Patrice Majondo Mwamba, explains.
In the US, we have not seen the M23 signing the peace agreement. It is documented beyond any reasonable doubt that Rwandan forces is behind M23. So the Kinshasa government believes that should Rwanda withdraw its troops from the Democratic Republic of Congo, M23 will not have any power or any means to keep fighting. This is why, in the past, President Felix Tshisekedi of the Democratic Republic of Congo mentioned that he doesn't want dialogue or to negotiate with the puppet, treating the M23 as the puppet.
The leader of a failed coup in Benin has sought refuge in neighboring Togo. Soldiers briefly took control of Benin State Television station on Sunday morning and claimed they had deposed President Patrice Talon. Benin's armed forces, backed by Nigerian firepower and French intelligence and logistical support, however, thwarted the attempt. The soldiers identified Colonel Tigri Pascal as the coup leader, who was previously unknown. A senior gender justice and international law fellow Wendy Isaac says the African continent is witnessing some of the worst humanitarian crises that the world has ever seen due to conflict. Today, the world is observing International Human Rights Day. It marks the anniversary of the UN's 1948 adoption of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Isaac says the significance of International Human Rights Day should remind the African Union about its mandate and obligation to address wars and conflict on the continent.
Look at the situation in Tanzania with the post-election violence and then the crisis. The largest humanitarian and human rights crisis on the continent is what is happening in Sudan. There are so many pressing priorities, but the challenge that we have, African member states at the UN level, they want to look at historical crimes, crimes around enslavement, but crimes are being committed in your country in the present day. You are responsible and have legal obligations to respond to these crimes. You are accountable for these crimes today. So we need to turn to the DRC, we need to turn to Sudan, we need to turn to Tanzania, and we need to turn to West African states.
South Africa's Minister in the Presidency, Khumbudzo Ntshavheni, says the U.S.'s intention to exclude South Africa from next year's G20 meeting is regrettable. U.S. President Trump has announced that he will not invite South Africa in the next meeting taking place in Miami next year. Trump has cited unfounded claims of human rights abuses against the Afrikaners. Ntshavheni says South Africa's commitment to the G20 principles and collaborative framework remains unwavering despite the intended exclusion.
The 2025 G20 summit demonstrated the power of multilateralism and cooperation, and Cabinet remains confident that multilateralism and cooperation are the path to shared prosperity for all people of the world.
And lastly, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says the U.S. and European security guarantees would be needed for Ukraine to hold elections. He has come under pressure from President Donald Trump, who has been repeating the Russian viewpoint that a lack of election would mean his country is not democratic. The BBC's Joel Kunta.
Not for the first time, Mr. Zelensky appeared irritated by the remarks from Mr. Trump. This is a matter for the people of Ukraine, not people from other states, the Ukrainian president told reporters during a Q&A session last night. But for the first time since the full-scale invasion began, President Zelensky conceded he was willing to take the country to the polls, a huge step given the complexities involved. He asked for help from the US and his European allies in overcoming the security issues around wartime elections.
Recapping on your top stories, schools and shops remain closed in Uvira, the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, amid fears that rebels have taken control of some government buildings. The United Nations says 200,000 people have fled their homes, with dozens killed and wounded from the escalating clashes in recent days. Channel Africa News, I'm Onele Tsinzi.
SABC News. The African Perspective. Tune in and turn up the volume. This is Channel Africa. Time to stay informed, inspired, and connected to the ideas driving Africa forward. The Upside on Channel Africa, the African Perspective.
Here comes my favorite part. Yep. Oh, come on. Oh, 7 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. Welcome to the golden hour of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African perspective, with me, Tebogo Lekhuleni. Join me on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok, and download our brand new Channel Africa app so you can take us with you wherever you go. On that app, you can check out the show lineup, learn more about the presenters, stream us live, and also see all the amazing work that Channel Africa is doing behind the scenes. And while you're at it, if you'd like to revisit some of our conversations through our podcasts, check out our newly revamped website, www.channelafrica.co.za. Well, coming up in this hour of The Upside, we explore tourism in the province of KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa, because they are poised to welcome over 1 million visitors this festive season, as the tourism spending is expected to inject 13 billion rand into the provincial economy. We'll be unpacking all of that and also exploring some of the cruise tourism that one can expect when going down to KwaZulu-Natal. And then later on, we've got What Caught Your Eye. I've got something very interesting to share this afternoon on What Caught Your Eye, so stay tuned for that. And as always, if you'd like to send us a voice note, let us know where you are listening, streaming us from. +27 63 406 9126. It's 9 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. Welcome to the golden hour of The Upside.
Got something to say? Are you passionate about issues that matter? Do you have a voice that deserves to be heard? Well, we've got the perfect platform for you. Call in or drop us a WhatsApp on +27 63 406 9126. And we will call you back so you could have your say and be part of the conversation.
30 years of age. I just turned 30 on the 15th of November. So yeah, that's who I am, you know.
It's not just talk. It's your chance to air your views, share your opinion, engage with a community that values your perspective. Follow us on our social media. Visit our website at www.channelafrica.co.za and get ready to share your views on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Ukatili wa kijinsia unaharibu maisha na kutenga jamii. Hutokea nyumbani, shuleni, kazini na mara nyingi kwa ukimya. Lakini hauwezi kuendelea. Ukiona, ongea. Ikiwa unaumia, funguka, kwa sababu kutofanya lolote sio chaguo. Sikiliza vituo vyote 19 vya redio kuanzia Jumatano ya tarehe 23 Julai kwenye mijadala, ushauri, tamthilia, maonyesho ya elimu na mahojiano na wataalamu, manusura, watunga sheria na nchi nzima iliyoathirika na ukatili wa kijinsia kwenye vituo vyako pendwa vya redio. Piga simu 0800 428 428 ili kuripoti unyanyasaji au kupata msaada. GBV, ikomeshwe na wewe. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwenu na shirika la SABC.
No matter where you are, Channel Africa is always with you.
impossible to compare you. Your presence like an angel, sound like a brand new hope. Full of ideas, tongue twisted when you tease. Stop and stare, roll shakes when you reach down. No dreams that I waste like forever. I'm not gonna get sick, oh easy, stop it now. Full of ideas, tongue twisted when you taste. Stop and stare, roll shakes when you reach down. No dreams that I waste like forever. I'm not gonna get sick, oh easy, stop it now. Girl, let's be honest. The things I would do, I fit to spend pounds on you. I fit to spend dollars on you. 100 niggas on you. So I spend 1 million on you. I throw 1 million on you.
Hey, come on now. 13 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. O'Deal with So. Was brought to my attention by one of our technical directors, Untando. And he said, listen, did you know where O'Deal is from? Like, no, I don't know where he's from. He's like, no. This guy is half German, half Nigerian. Huh? Let that sink in a little bit. Half German, half Nigerian. That's a very interesting mix, isn't it? His real name, his full name is Hilary Dennis Udano. But let me tell you, man, he's produced quite a song there with So. I remember when it came out on social media. People went crazy for it, especially on TikTok. Everyone, all the celebrities in South Africa were using it, dancing to it. What a song it is. Welcome to the Wednesday edition. It's the golden hour of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African perspective, with me, Tebogo Lekuleni. Join me on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok is where we are streaming live. So you can check out our lovely studio, see our amazing guests, and you can also download our brand new Channel Africa app so you can take us with you wherever you go on your Android or your iOS device. Let's talk about tourism in the province of KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa. I think we all know, if you live in South Africa, you know that Durban, KwaZulu-Natal, you don't go there during the festive season because everyone goes there come December time. The beaches are going to be packed. We've seen pictures through the years of how packed it gets come the festive season in Durban, and we're going to be unpacking some of the tourism hubs and activities that one can expect when you go to the KwaZulu-Natal region or province of South Africa, and how tourism spending injection of 13 billion rand is about to enter the pockets of the provincial economy in KwaZulu-Natal because of tourism. Now, KwaZulu-Natal is gearing up for one of its strongest festive seasons in years. And the reason why we say in years is because the beaches weren't as packed as they were pre-COVID over the past couple of years. And for a second, people were starting to say, you know what, let's make Cape Town the new Durban. Come festive season, let's all flock to Cape Town. But KwaZulu-Natal this year, 2025, is gearing up for one of its strongest festive seasons in years, with the province expecting more than 1 million visitors this December. Authorities are forecasting between 1 and 1.1 million domestic trips, plus more than 30,000 international arrivals. A boom that could inject an estimated 13 billion rand into the provincial economy. The summer campaign was launched in the Midlands, where officials highlighted major progress in safety, infrastructure, and seasonal readiness. With upgraded coastal policing, improved visitor facilities, and growing interest in cruise tourism, KwaZulu-Natal is positioning itself for a smooth, high-energy holiday period. Durban alone is set to welcome more than 1 million visitors, while the North Coast, South Coast, Midlands, and Drakensberg are all seeing rising bookings. And to tell us a bit more about what is causing this rush down there in KwaZulu-Natal is Pinky Radebe, Head of PR and Communications at the KZN Tourism and Film Authority. Pinky, thank you so much for your time. Welcome back to The Upside. How are you doing?
Good afternoon, and thank you very much for having me back on your show. I'm doing very well in sunny KwaZulu-Natal.
Love the fact that it's sunny there. Joburg has been experiencing a few rains in the afternoon, but talk to us about what is driving this surge of visitors in KwaZulu-Natal, especially this year, which is gearing up to be the biggest one yet.
Well, of course, I mean, in your introduction, you did give our projections, and we're very, these projections are based on historical travel behavior.
Yeah.
And early strong booking patterns. I mean, people are booking their accommodation, they're inquiring about our destination. And of course, Durban is our gateway. And when they come to Durban, they travel all the way to other regions of KwaZulu-Natal. And so these are based on our current performance indicators. I did hear you mention our numbers and how we performed pre-COVID, but post-COVID, you know very well that we've had some hurdles here and there, and of course our coastal line is open. People don't only flock to Durban for beaches. I mean, they come to Durban, but they go to other regions to experience other activities in our province.
And Pinky, we're going to be unpacking some of those regions that they are going to, because as far as I'm concerned, as far as I've been seeing, hey, people go to the beaches. When it comes to Durban time or December time, people are always at the beach. But there is more to experience in KwaZulu-Natal, and I would love for you, Pinky, to unpack some of those spots. It's 19 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. We'll continue our conversation with the Head of PR and Communications at the KZN Tourism and Film Authority, Pinky Radebe, right after this.
Parlez-vous couramment le français? Êtes-vous passionné par la radio? Et êtes-vous qualifié pour travailler en Afrique du Sud? Envoyez-nous votre CV et votre 3 minutes démo en MP3 à @channelafrica.co.za pour avoir une chance de rejoindre la famille Channel Africa. Si vous n'avez pas de réponse après 14 jours, cela signifie que vous n'avez pas été retenu. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
Keep Africa in your hands. Connect to our website for all your news, sports, and cultural updates. channelafrica.co.za. The Upside. On the Upside, your voice matters.
20 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time, let's continue our conversation about tourism in KwaZulu-Natal, the province of KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa, as it is poised to welcome over 1 million visitors this festive season, as tourism spending is expected to inject 13 billion rand into the provincial economy. And to help us unpack what that all means is Pinky Radebe, Head of PR and Communications at KZN Tourism and Film. Pinky, let's talk about some of these places that are outside of Durban, because you were mentioning earlier that not everyone who goes to Durban this festive season is just going to the beach. What about the other places? Where else could one go and explore Durban if they are not trying to face overcrowded beaches this festive season?
Well, Durban, the one draw card is the beach. And then we just want to confirm that the beach is not only in Durban. We have 600-kilometer coastline. We are in the, eastern bound of South Africa. So whether you're in Durban or you are up north in Sodwana Bay or in the northern parts of KwaZulu-Natal, your Margate, Port Edward areas, you still experience some beach activity. However, we know very, very well that your Gautengers, people from inland provinces like Mpumalanga are coming for the beach. Yeah. While they're doing their beach activities, we also say that, you can also visit your inland products. We have the KZN Midlands. when you drive from Johannesburg and you meander through Drakensberg and you finally reach your destination in the Midlands, there's a beautiful destination there where there are other tourism activities for adrenaline junkies, people that love to do outdoor activities. They love hiking and family activities. And those that are, couples alike, they can actually experience a lot of products that are geared or in that region. So you don't only just come to the beach, but also, Deboko, if you come and you drive to Hluhluwe, that's where you find our safari products. That's where your nature reserves are, and that's where families are flocking into, and they're looking for new things to do. Those that have children love the South Coast because the beach is warm there, but also they have inland activities, your quad biking, your horse riding, and all sorts of activities that appeal to kids. So our destination, as I said, KZN, is not just about the beach. The beach is the key thing. It's summer, right? And in summer there are, torrential rains here and there. We also encourage people not to just, go to the, be sad when the rain comes. They can actually go to other regions, as I mentioned, that are closer to Durban. And it actually takes you 2 hours or less than 2 hours to actually get to those destinations.
Oh, that's amazing. And I tell you what, the reason why I was asking that question, Pinky, is because a lot of people would only know a specific part of KwaZulu-Natal, and maybe that would be Durban, Ballito, but they don't investigate and explore other parts. KZN is so beautiful. I say this time and time again. If you haven't been around KZN, do yourself a favor, drive outside beyond the Durban. You'll see how beautiful it is. Pinky, safety has been a major concern over the years and a talking point for many. But I see that KZN has definitely made drastic improvements to ensure that people are safe, visitors are safe when they visit KZN during this time of the year. Talk to us about that.
Absolutely. So safety remains, whether it's beach safety or tourist safety, is something that we actually speak about as a destination. I mean, the province working together with municipalities, particularly the eThekwini municipality, as well as other law enforcement agencies such as your SEPS, your Metro Police, your private security, as well as traffic authorities, are ready to actually host the influx that's going to come in our province. When you come to KwaZulu-Natal, you'll see visible multi-agency deployments across the beach, nightlife zones, the mountain passes, as well as the coastal corridors, as well as in those corridors where you find our visitors. So the safety teams are ready. Coastal municipalities are also expected to maintain lifeguards, shark nets, as well as the patrols and emergency services. Visitors can also expect our QR-linked safety and travel guides at beaches and hotels and attractions. And of course, as I said, different agencies such as your liquor authorities, your transport compliance operations are in place, particularly as we get ready for the influx this weekend. We do have activations on the N2 as well as on the N3 with these multi-agency stakeholders, where we are welcoming our tourists, but we are also reminding them that to remain safe in our destination. We're giving them QR codes. We are also, making sure that they comply to all the safety regulations in our province.
And how is the hospitality sector handling and coping with this influx, this demand after quite a few years of, let's be honest, it hasn't been as busy as it's going to be this year? Are they coping? Is it too late for me to start looking for accommodation there in Durban, or in KZN rather?
Well, it depends. I mean, some families love to go to their hotels, and hotels are doing very well post-COVID, but also there's a different trend. People are traveling differently post-COVID. Some people prefer to do self-catering because they travel in groups and they come with their friends. Some people still prefer holidaying in your traditional accommodation, such as B&Bs, guest houses and hotels. And of course, there's the new way now of using different agencies to book. You can still make your bookings. Please do make your bookings as early as you can, because the holidays are spending towards the end of January. Some people are coming now in December, and some people are still waiting for the specials that are coming in January. So the trend is that, yes, there is an influx because people are looking for activities to do and they want to enjoy the destination. But also we see a lot of inquiries about, January, just after the 5th of January, the 5th to the 6th, the 5th to the 10th. People still want to go and make their bookings later on because schools are opening rather late this year.
Oh, that's amazing. And touch on cruise tourism as another option, because cruise tourism is also growing in that part of the world in KZN.
Correct, but just to confirm that, I just want to close on the part of bookings. Durban is looking forward to already tracking about 70% of people that have bookings. The city has implemented an enhanced safety plan, and then Durban is also the place for cruise tourism. We are expecting cruise tourism to actually be very good this year. With 66 ships that are projected to come, and this means a lot for our hospitality sector as well as our transport sector. So we are projecting about 66 ships, which is close, estimated about 110,000 passengers from November to June. November now up until June next year. And of course, this benefits our shuttle and taxi operators, our restaurants, our cafes, our township tourism, most importantly as well. And of course, our retail and craft markets. The Durban's cruise terminal strengthens its role as a key Indian Ocean gateway, encouraging return visits. And of course, the inland excursions, I must express, the inland excursions that take place, the day tours when people leave Durban and they go up to Hlukluwe to experience other parts of the province, all due to cruise tourism.
Oh, this tourism is not just bringing the visitors, but it's also impacting the employment conditions there in KwaZulu-Natal, bringing jobs and just boosting the economy. And we say thank you to people like you, Pinky, for highlighting all the incredible things that you can do in KZN. All the best for this festive season and the influx of visitors coming this weekend. And we can't wait to see what next year holds for the tourists and for yourselves as well. Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely. We can't wait to see you in Durban, KZN. When are you coming?
Hey, Pinky, you're putting me on the spot today. We can, we'll talk. We'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk. Thank you. The voice of Pinky Radebe, head of PR and communications, KZN Tourism and Film Authority, inviting you to go to KZN, the KwaZulu-Natal province of South Africa. It's 30 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. Let's get the latest sports. Figile Lingwati is standing by.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Let's tee off with the golf news. The Alfred Dunhill Championship has officially started its new chapter at the Royal Johannesburg Club, marking a significant change after 2 decades at Leopards Creek Country Club. The championship kicks off at the Royal Johannesburg Club from the 11th to the 14th of December. This Premier Sunshine Tour and DP World Tour co-sanctioned tournament has brought a field which includes an impressive gathering of former Alfred Dunhill Championship winners led by major champion Louis Oosthuizen. Shaun Norris returns as the defending champion after that he described as a career-defining victory in this tournament at Leopards Creek last year, and now playing an East course he has always enjoyed. On to football news. Bafana captain Ronwen Williams reckons they can clinch the team's long-awaited second continental title at the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. Bafana assembled for their final preparation camp this week ahead of the tournament to be held in Morocco from the 21st of December to the 18th of January. The team last achieved continental glory almost 30 years ago on home soil, and after returning a bronze medal from the previous AFCON in the Ivory Coast, Williams believes they are up to the task of making the nation happy.
Yeah, of course, that will be the expectations now. That's the expectation that we have for ourselves, that we want to go one better. But is it going to be easy now? Everyone is probably thinking the same like us, that they want to win it. Morocco, as being the host nation, they don't want to let their people down. So it's not going to be easy. We're going to have to double our efforts, have the right mindset, the killer mindset, each and every game from the first till the last, and just use our experience that we gained in the last AFCON and build on what we've built on over the last few years to just carry us through.
The Mamelodi Sundowns captain is no stranger to the big stages, including the recent FIFA Club World Cup in the US, and shares the importance of not having stage fright as he leads the team to Morocco.
No stage fright. And I think I'm blessed in that sense, because not many players can say that, because it's not easy. Playing in front of so many supporters, they make it hostile for you. You sometimes you feel... You can feel it and it can get you, but me being the person I am and what I've been through with the national team, club football as well, the good moments, the bad moments, nothing can faze me anymore.
And Zimbabwe Football Association ZIFA President Nqobile Magwizi's leadership is once again under intense pressure amid fresh revelations of a coordinated and well-funded plot to destabilize his administration ahead of the Warriors Africa Cup of Nations campaign in Morocco. Sources within the Football Association say a long-standing rival of the current administration, who previously attempted to contest for ZIFA office but was disqualified, is allegedly sponsoring a group of councillors and media personalities to push for a vote of no confidence in Magwizi. Finally, rugby news. There are no fewer than 9 Springboks in the Stormers starting lineup for the Champions Cup encounter with La Rochelle at Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium on Saturday. Warwick Geland, Sasha Feinberg Mgomezulu, Kobus Reinach, Ivan Roos and Andre Hugo Venter all come into the starting 15 for the clash with the two-time champions, which kicks off at 3 p.m. on Saturday in Gqeberha. Geland has recovered from the illness which saw him ruled out on match day ahead of the 26-17 win against Bayonne last week, and will have wings Dylan Mart and Lionel Zas with him at the back. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. This is Channel Africa Sport with me, Fikile Lingwati.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Mornings made better with Peter and Asanda on Rise and Shine, weekdays 6 till 9.
The South African Medical Association, SAMA, has officially suspended all relations with the Israeli Medical Association, a move welcomed by healthcare workers for Palestine, South Africa. The organization says this decision represents a powerful stand for medical ethics, justice, and human rights, echoing the global call for solidarity with Palestinians.
And recently, we've also seen other national associations, such as the British Medical Association, Turkish. They've released quite strongly worded statements, although none have gone as far as SAMA to cut ties with the Israeli Medical Association, as well as to call for the suspension from the World Medical Association. It's a watershed moment that an organization has actually taken this step. And it's not an idle threat. SAMA is a member of the World Medical Association, and they can action this resolution by bringing it before the World Medical Association.
Dr. Sadiq Mullah, chairperson of Healthcare Workers for Palestine, South Africa.
Mornings made better with Peter and Asanda on Rise and Shine.
36 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. I was just put on the spot there to go to KZN and visit it. And I'm thinking to myself, where would I go? I know one or two places, but I'd love to hear Buntle Headbush's advice or some tips on some places I can check out in KwaZulu-Natal. Business news coming up next.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Oh my word, Debucho, so many places that are amazing in KZN. Maybe Zimbali, that's a personal favorite of mine anyway. Taking a look at our top story this hour, Senegal plans to nationalize the Yakar Teranga gas project operated by Cosmos Energy and estimated to be one of the world's largest discoveries in recent years. Senegalese Energy Minister Birame Souleye Diop says they're nationalizing the project in an effort to meet domestic gas needs. Cosmos Energy, which has a 90% stake, became the operator of the Yakar Teranga gas field in 2023 after BP decided to exit. The project is one of Senegal's largest gas discoveries in recent years and holds around 25 trillion cubic feet of advantaged gas in place. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPC, and Heirs Energy say they've signed agreements with 5 investors to capture and monetize gas that would otherwise be wasted through flaring, where the fuel is burned in the open. Nigeria holds Africa's largest proven gas reserves and is betting on gas to drive industrial growth and cut emissions. Analysts say the joint venture's approach reflects a growing focus on sustainable asset development and monetization of previously underutilized resources. They say such initiatives are essential to broadening the country's energy mix and reducing reliance on expensive alternatives across power and manufacturing sectors. South African Electricity and Energy Minister Kgosientsho Ramokgopa says the improvement in electricity supply in South Africa will help improve manufacturing output. He's approved Eskom Holdings' revised unbundling strategy, marking a further step in the restructuring of South Africa's electricity supply industry, in line with the Electricity Regulation Amendment Act. The approval, supported by the Eskom board, confirms the next phase of Eskom separation and provides clarity on the future roles of transmission ownership, system operation and market operation. Ramokgopa has expressed optimism in the performance of Eskom as an important company that's contributing to the growth of the economy in the country.
We did identify electricity challenges together with the inefficiencies on the logistics side as a structural constraint to the South African economy. So these two areas of the South African economy have undermined the ability of the economy to grow at the desired level. And I mean, you can't have industry running when the lights are off, and as a result of that, we've seen that the capacity utilization at various industries has come down. Of course, Eskom has performed phenomenally well.
Eskom and Merafong City Local Municipality in Carletonville in South Africa's Gauteng province have signed a distribution agency agreement aimed at stabilizing electricity distribution and improving service delivery. Under the agreement, Eskom and Merafong will jointly manage the distribution of electricity. Billing and revenue collection will be ring-fenced and administered by Eskom, and the free basic electricity will be dispersed directly by Eskom to qualifying indigent households. Merafong City is the third municipality in the country to sign this agreement with Eskom after Maluti a Phofung in the Free State and Emfuleni in Gauteng. Merafong City spokesperson Thabo Moloja says the agreement forms part of the municipality's broader turnaround strategy to improve operational efficiency and restore public trust.
It is a known issue that Merafong owes Eskom more than 1 billion in terms of the money that is due to Eskom, and Merafong is unable to collect enough revenue as a result of a number of challenges, aging infrastructure amongst others, the growing demand for electricity as we are building more houses for our people, and as a result we have not been able to catch up.
Amazon has announced plans to double its investment in India by 2030, spending a further $35 billion. It says the investment will create 1 million new jobs. The BBC's Arunodaya Mukherjee reports.
Big tech US firms like Microsoft and Google have poured billions into India this year for AI advancement, ramping up infrastructure and data centers. India is still playing catch-up in the global AI race. The country's ambitions have faced numerous challenges, from semiconductor availability to skilled talent. Countries like China and the US have spent billions in research and development. critical funding that India has so far lacked, slowing its progress in becoming a major global player.
And now taking a look at the indicators, one US dollar in Nigeria is trading at 1,451 naira. In Botswana, it's 13 pula 18. Kenya, the dollar is trading at 128 shilling 33, and in Zambia, it's 23 kwacha 10. Moving to the BRICS countries, $1 in Brazil is trading at 5 Real 43, Russia 76 rubles 82, in India it's 89 rupees 92. China 716, and South Africa $1 is trading at 17 rand 4 cents this afternoon. $1 is trading at 75 pence to the British pound and 85 to the euro. Looking at commodities, gold is trading at $4,192 per ounce, platinum at $1,679 per ounce, while the price of Brent crude oil this afternoon is standing at $62.04 a barrel. And that's the business news. I'll be back with our final update in the next hour. In the meantime, if you have any stories that you would like to share with us, please do send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or give us a call on +27 11 714 4459. For the Channel Africa Business Desk, I am Bontle Hetbush.
Business News on Channel Africa. The African Perspective. Africa at Play with Neto and ETO Germany.
I've witnessed something fresh, something exciting, and something very inspirational from the president of the country, William Ruto. Whenever athletes are performing to their best level, he always comes on board to reward those athletes, be it football, be it athletics, and not leaving it up to the sport ministry.
The president realizes that sports is a business, and for that reason, he also reduces the number of people who are jobless, because sports now is such a serious business, and for that reason, commercialization of sports is a major way of improving or increasing employment opportunities for the young people, and that is why the president has been very persistent in trying as much as possible to inspire more sports personalities to reduce the baggage of the people who are struggling to get job opportunities in the country among the young people.
Francis F.M. Mutegi, our correspondent from East Africa in Nairobi, Kenya.
Live every Saturday and Sunday from 2 to 5 p.m. Central African Time. No matter where you are, Channel Africa is always with you. Tune in and turn up the volume. This is Channel Africa.
Bad man. Yeah, bad man. Yeah. Say what's on my mind. Me, I got no time. Nobody can stop. Waiting got design. Me, I'm not the pastor. Me, I love them who wine. The boy know they entitled. If you treat me right, it's fine. Right. Wine for me, sexy girl, then wine for me. Right now, me no got no time to keep no dirty company. Only positivity, no bad energy. I live my life the way I want to own no one apology. Yeah. Rain, rain, go away. Come back and fall another day. Me, I know my fellas and my people want to play. Nobody really care what I hate, I got to say. Rain, rain, go away. Come back and fall another day. Cause me, I know my fellas and my people want to play. Nobody really care what I hate, I got to say. I say day or day, make I day my day. Day or day, oh. Nobody worry, nobody
We kicked off our double play by taking you to Ethiopia with Yella B by Hallelujah Tekla Sadiq, and then we went to Nigeria with Timaya, the song we're listening to there, Day Your Day. It's 10 minutes before 3 p.m. Central African Time. Don't go anywhere. What caught your eyes? Coming up next.
Ukatili wa kijinsia unaharibu maisha na kutenga jamii. Hutokea nyumbani, shuleni, kazini na mara nyingi kwa ukimya. Lakini hauwezi kuendelea. Ukiona, ongea. Ikiwa unaumia, funguka, kwa sababu kutofanya lolote sio chaguo. Sikiliza vituo vyote 19 vya redio kuanzia Jumatano ya tarehe 23 Julai kwenye mijadala, ushauri, tamthilia, maonyesho ya elimu na mahojiano na wataalamu, manusura, watunga sheria na nchi nzima iliyoathirika na ukatili wa kijinsia kwenye vituo vyako pendwa vya redio. Piga simu 0800 428 428 ili kuripoti unyanyasaji au kupata msaada. GBV ikomeshwe na wewe. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwenu na shirika la SABC.
Annie Kalonji sur Channel Africa.
Comment est-ce que les militants et sympathisants du parti Les Transformateurs ont-ils réagi face à la condamnation de Succès Masra?
La condamnation de Succès Masra ne nous a pas surpris et les militants transformateurs ont été bouleversés et indignés étant donné que le verdict est un verdict lourd, illégal, injuste et donc face à la répression dans laquelle le peuple tchadien est confronté, les militants transformateurs se sont résignés de ne pouvoir pas sortir manifester. Et donc, c'est une situation totalement absurde pour un pays. Et aujourd'hui, nous célébrons le 11 août, fête de l'indépendance. On pensait que le verdict allait être plus ou moins clément, mais le verdict est sévère.
Annie Kalonji, tous les dimanches sur Mix Vibration.
Your afternoons just got even better, fresh and exciting. The Upside, hooking you up with today's news from an African perspective.
8 minutes before 3 p.m. Central African Time. Welcome back to The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African perspective, with me, Tebohole Kuleni, and my amazing co-host for this next 7 minutes. Our producer extraordinaire, Nombui Selo Tango, for What Caught Your Eye. How you doing?
You know, when you were not here, I'm good, by the way. Are you great?
I'm fantastic.
You know, when you were not here, we were trying to
copy how you sound when you say what, Coach I. None of us got it right. None of us got it.
You should have asked me to record a
Yeah,
voice
no, next
note.
time we're going to need that recording, hey?
100%.
Do your voiceover
100%.
work for us.
I will do that for you gladly. Join us on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok, and download our brand new Channel Africa app so you can take us with you wherever you go. Here's what caught my eye.
Mm-hmm.
A 54-year-old woman from Nkuankua in Limpopo has been arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Guess for what? For what
What?
reason? Ask me why.
Why?
For attempting to open her own prison. It is alleged that the woman opened the prison at her home yard in December the 2nd. The woman is a tavern owner. She was arresting men who were causing violence when drunk and locked them up until they were sober or able to pay their bills. According to the report, she detained 36 people for drinking at her bar at her tavern without paying, and those that owed her. The woman has used this prison to also arrest men who beat up women when drunk at the tavern. Why did they arrest her? It sounds like she was doing a brilliant job.
I mean, it is still kidnapping, guys. Like,
It's kidnapping.
when you are taken, I mean, what is it called?
Well, there's a bit of kidnapping. There's a bit of extortion.
But
there's a bit of.
She's our Robin Hood.
She is.
She's our Robin Hood, guys, because she's using ulterior motives to finally get the right results. When they say umpagat, they mean her. You know, when they say what's this informal justice, they mean her. When she says she's taking law into her own hands, they mean her. She's a mother. She's detaining them. She's putting them in the naughty corner, guys.
She literally put them in Grandma Tanamo Bay. I have no reason why they could have. There was no reason to arrest her. She was doing a brilliant job. Let her continue.
Yeah. And
Let her
also the
continue.
likelihood is the people that she arrested,
Yeah.
held hostage.
Yeah.
When they left, I'm sure they went back to their tavern.
Oh, well, sure, to complete their drinks. So, yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure it's not that same day, but what I'm saying is the routine of them going to their tavern and meeting up with
they
their friends.
definitely would have gone
After a
back.
couple of days, they still went back, so they're happy wherever they are.
100%.
And we love it when she stands up for women.
And then they can now drink a bit more responsibly.
You know,
going forward.
And like when she has them detained, I feel like they should be doing some activities within the community. That way, the whole community has her back.
No, if they do that, they'll run away.
No, as
Like
in
doing what?
No, you see how they would make you do correctional services would make you go ahead and clean the streets and whatever, pick it up and so forth.
Yes.
Do that within the community. Go to your local schools and try and assist wherever you can. Clean up, go to the dump site, do this and the next while you are detained until you pay what you need to pay for.
Well, you're not really going to be able to do that while you are detained.
I mean, how do they do it with correctional services? How do they do it?
Well,
they have a team.
They've got the manpower.
Yes, that's
to
what I'm saying.
follow
The community must support her.
Okay, all right.
Because that will be the manpower we're talking about. I am yesing this.
You are yesing this.
Legally, I'm not yesing it.
It's not on the legal side, but morally, it's doing justice for the community.
Yesing it. Ethically so. Her ethics are in the right path. I love it for her. Would you do that?
Oh, 100%. What do you think? No, I would 100% do that.
And she's such a mom.
No, honestly, I would
She
do
is
that.
such a mom.
And this is how you do it.
She's reprimanding them.
Put them in the naughty corner.
Guys, it takes
That's
a village
exactly
to
that.
raise a child.
Thank you very
Even
much.
if the child is 54 years old and drinking. It takes a village.
What do you think? Should they just release her and let her
They
continue running her?
They should. And like they should make all the guys that she arrested pay for her bail. Because she's doing... I see nothing wrong. Do you?
I see nothing wrong. What caught your eye?
Listen, what caught my eye has been on everybody's mind. If you're not tuning into the documentary on Netflix by 50 Cent, where he is going in and showing us all the hidden footages of P. Diddy, Puff Love, whatever other name you can think of.
I haven't watched it yet. I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, no.
I won't lie, I fell
I
asleep
need to.
because my attention span is the most And I blame it on TikTok. I'll blame it on anything I can find. But anyway, from the first episode, I was hooked until I fell asleep.
Okay.
So on the first episode, he was basically talking to his lawyers. And just the demeanor that he had while talking to the lawyers. Listen, you guys have to come back to me. Come back with a better strategy. That's basically what he was saying in that call.
Okay.
And what everybody was saying, apart from the witnesses and people that came on, what everybody was saying is this goes to show that the price we pay for fame, we will look away. We all saw the signs, guys. Let's be honest. We all saw the signs. We all heard the rumors. We just didn't have the proof, but we all heard the rumors. And we still supported this man. There are people who are still supporting him now.
100%. Yep.
Where do we draw the line in terms of fame and holding people accountable as citizens and not celebrities? Because it seems like it's hard for anybody to look beyond.
No, we've idolized these people.
Honestly,
and that's a problem.
And especially in the hip hop industry where they idolize violence, crime, and whatever else that comes with. Where do we draw the line?
Yeah, that's an individual thing. That's honestly an individual thing, because some will have their own testimonies and their own stories about how did his music, and during this time of my life I was going through what, and it's his music that, and so they grow that attachment to this person and the image and the celebrity, but they don't really understand the human behind it all. And so you'll hold on to the celebrity, the fame, the label, and forget that on the other side there's a human that is just despicable. Like Abu R. Kelly, there are people who are still, hey, I love R. Kelly's music, blah, blah, blah. But the human being on the other side, do you still support that? There's still people who are struggling to differentiate and separate the two from the art and the human being.
I'm just saying, guys, please watch it. Come back and tell me your
now
thoughts
we're
about the hip-hop industry, just the hip-hop industry. And let's look at the lyrics that we normally rap along with. Because a lot of people have been saying a lot of things in their songs. And now you're just like, oh, so you guys were not just saying. You guys are actually doing these things. You guys are having your all-white after parties. With baby oil. Johnson & Johnson.
Hi, it's 3 p.m. Central African Time. Thank you very much for sharing what caught your eye. Nombuyiselo Tango. We've entered the final hour of The Upside. A very special guest will be joining me in the studio. I can't wait for that conversation. But before we get into that, let's get the latest news. Onelin Sinzi is standing by.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Thank you, Tebogo. Looking at your top stories, at least 19 killed in collapse of a two-story building in Morocco, and Venezuelan opposition to not receive Nobel Peace Prize. Your latest news. Greetings to our listeners. At least 19 people have died and 16 injured after two buildings collapsed in Fez, one of Morocco's oldest cities. Local authorities in the Fez prefecture reported two adjacent four-story buildings had collapsed earlier today. Fez, a former capital dating back to the 8th century and the country's third most populous city, was caught up in a wave of protests 2 months ago against the government over deteriorating living conditions and poor public services. Schools and shops remain closed in Uvira, the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, amid fears that rebels have taken control of some government buildings. The surge in violence comes days after a peace deal was signed in the United States between Rwanda and the DRC with the aim of ending decades of conflict in the Eastern Congo. The United Nations says 200,000 people have fled their homes, with dozens killed and wounded from the escalating clashes in recent days. A former presidential candidate from the DRC, Petrus Majondo Mwamba, explains.
In the US, we have not seen the M23 signing the peace agreement. It is documented beyond any reasonable doubt that Rwandan forces is behind M23. So the Kinshasa government believes that should Rwanda withdraw its troops from the Democratic Republic of Congo, M23 will not have any power or any means to keep fighting. This is why, in the past, President Felix Tshisekedi of the Democratic Republic of Congo mentioned that he doesn't want dialogue or to negotiate with the puppet, treating the M23 as the puppet.
The leader of a failed coup in Benin has sought refuge in neighboring Togo. Soldiers briefly took control of Benin's state television station on Sunday morning and claimed they had deposed President Patrice Talon. Benin's armed forces, backed by Nigerian fire powers and French intelligence and logistical support, thwarted the attempt. The soldiers identified Colonel Tigri Pascal as the coup leader, who was previously unknown. A U.S. court has convicted 2 American citizens of Cameroonian origin for helping fund separatist fighters in Cameroon. Prosecutors say the pair helped channel money and equipment from the U.S., including material used to build explosive devices. The BBC's Paul Njie.
The 2 men, identified as Francis Chenyi and La Nestor Langmi, are believed to be senior leaders of an organization that backs several separatist groups in Cameroon's Anglophone regions. Evidence presented during the trial, which began on December 1st, revealed that one of them ordered the kidnapping of a traditional ruler in 2020, a plot that also led to the abduction of a revered Catholic cardinal. The U.S. citizens were arrested 3 years ago, alongside a third defendant who has already pleaded guilty. Prosecutors hailed Monday's verdict as a warning to those seeking to promote violence abroad.
Lastly, Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado will not receive the Nobel Peace Prize in person today at an award in Oslo, as her current whereabouts are unknown. She spent months hiding in Venezuela after the socialist authorities accused her of sedition for questioning the contentious results of the last elections. The BBC's Lucy Hawking.
Maria Corina Machado's presence in Oslo after 16 months in hiding was to be a moment of victory for her supporters. But early this morning, the Nobel Institute confirmed she would not be attending the award ceremony, telling the BBC, "We simply don't know where she is." Venezuela's government has said if the Peace Prize winner left the country, she would be considered a fugitive by the authorities. It's not the first time a Peace Prize winner has been unable to attend the ceremony. Political circumstances have prevented several other laureates from accepting the award themselves in the past.
Recapping on your top stories, at least 19 people have died and 16 injured after 2 buildings collapsed in Fez, one of Morocco's oldest cities. Local authorities in the Fez prefecture reported 2 adjacent 4-story buildings had collapsed earlier today. Now, for any news stories you'd like to share with us, please send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us at +27 11 714 4459. Channel Africa News, I'm Onele Tsinzi.
SABC News. The African Perspective. Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802. Time to stay informed, inspired, and connected to the ideas driving Africa forward. The Upside on Channel Africa, the African Perspective.
Let's get into the final hour. Listen to that. Here comes my favorite part, and it's yours now as well. Azisha! Oh man, come on. It's 7 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. Welcome to the final hour of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African Perspective, with me, Teboho Lekuleni. Happy Wednesday. Join us on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. And don't forget to download our brand new Channel Africa app so you can take us with you wherever you go on your Android or your iOS device. On the app, you can check out the show lineup, get to know the presenters a bit better, stream the shows live, and as always, you can also see the amazing work that Channel Africa is doing behind the scenes. And if you'd like to revisit some of our conversations through our podcasts, go to www.channelafrica.co.za and let me know where you're streaming us from this afternoon. Our WhatsApp line is +27 63 406 9126. Exciting hour exciting hour indeed, because we've got a special guest in the studio. Will be joining us live in the studio. His name is Proverb, and he's exploring how health touches every part of our lives in a reflective and practical new release. He's got a book out. It's titled To Health With It, and we're going to be getting it straight from the man himself, the wisdom, what inspired it, what can one take from the book, practical steps we can apply in our everyday life. And if you have any questions for him, again, that WhatsApp line +2763 406 9126, or alternatively comment below on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. 8 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. Welcome to the final hour of The Upside.
Zilipendwa na Abedi Jean de la Croix.
Leo tujadili kuhusu chipukizi wanaoimba nyimbo za wasanii wengine. Unadhani hili linatokana na nini, Omari?
Nadhani kweli kwamba tukizama muziki ya sasa, hasa wasanii ambao ni chipukizi, kwa kweli kwamba yani karibu kutoka muziki wao wenyewe, lakini wanakuwa wanapenda kuhubiria muziki ya zamani, hizo muziki ya wengine ambao ni hivyo.
Wengine wanadai kufanya hivyo ni kupromote vipaji vyao haraka ili waweze kujulikana. Je, yawezekana kukawa na ukweli wowote au ndio kukosa kabisa kipaji cha kuandika mistari?
Ndio, unaona kwamba msanii anapoazimia kwamba kuchukua wimbo mwingine wa msanii mwingine na kurudilia mara mbili studio, haionyeshi kwamba yani ndio wanaanza kazi ya muziki aizani, lakini ukiangalia kabisa asilimia kubwa utakuja kuona kwamba wanakosa ile mawazo ya kutunga muziki.
Zilipendwa kila Jumamosi kuanzia saa 12 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati hadi saa 1 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati.
Got something to say? Are you passionate about issues that matter? Do you have a voice that deserves to be heard? Well, we've got the perfect platform for you. Call in or drop us a WhatsApp on +27 63 406 9126, and we will call you back so you could have your say and be part of the conversation.
30 years of age. I just turned 30 on the 15th of November. So yeah, that's who I am, you know.
It's not just talk. It's your chance to air your views, share your opinion, engage with a community that values your perspective. Follow us on our social media. Visit our website at www.channelafrica.co.za and get ready to share your views on Channel Africa, the African perspective. Got something to say? Are you passionate about issues that matter? Do you have a voice that deserves to be heard? Well, we've got the perfect platform for you. Call in or drop us a WhatsApp on +27 63 406 9126, and we will call you back so you could have your say and be part of the conversation.
30 years of age. I just turned 30 on the 15th of November. So yeah, that's who I am, you know.
It's not just talk. It's your chance to air your views, share your opinion, engage with a community that values your perspective. Follow us on our social media. Visit our website at www.channelafrica.co.za and get ready to share your views on Channel Africa, the African perspective. Tune in and turn up the volume. This is Channel Africa.
Journey in life's not a clear course. We are mere mortals, so occasionally veer off. We lose our way and spend years lost. We confuse our faith and let it wear off. But through our prayer and the sheer force, we break barriers and He will carry us from here forth. Through the various hardships we're living through, just let Him in your heart, He'll deliver you. And He's always ready to pardon a sinner too. So you can trust me, God has forgiven you, cause He's the King of Kings with a plan, and He will do everything that He can. So don't worry about the sins of a man. I'm high, baby. chosen disciples. Bless me with a super skill to get in the booth and build the truth so I can.
This is me, ne? 13 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time. Blessed and highly favored. Proverb. You're listening to that song. You haven't heard it in a minute. Pro, before I introduce you properly, what comes to mind?
Honestly, it's such a reminder of how grateful one is. Yeah. The title itself, blessed and highly favored. You have to reflect on your blessings, on your fortunes, on the progress that you've made. It's a nice unit of measurement to see how much progress one has made. So the fact that that song dates back to over a decade ago, further encourages me to reflect on all that has been achieved.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man himself is in the studio. Let me do a proper introduction. It's 14 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time. Welcome to the final hour of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African perspective with me, Tebohole. Join us on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. So you can stream the whole conversation and see Brother Pro in the studio. Today on The Upside, we are diving into a conversation that sits right at the heart of how we live, how we love, and how we show up in this world. South African icon, author, and broadcaster, Proverb, has taken everything he's learned from reinvention, discipline, purpose, and personal healing and poured it into his new book, To Health With It. It's a guide that challenges us to rethink wellness far beyond the gym or the kitchen. Here, health becomes emotional honesty, mental strength, spiritual grounding, financial clarity, and the courage to live with intention. It's practical, it's personal, and it's deeply human. And today, we get to explore the wisdom behind it all, straight from the man himself. He joins us running all the way down from the other studio. Proverb is in the studio. How you doing?
Brother Beatso, my namesake. What a kind intro, man. Thank you so much, brother, for those very deeply moving and humbling words. Very kind of you. I relish the opportunity to engage with yourself, with your listeners here in this wonderful radio station. So thank you so much, man. I look forward to unpacking and going through the book.
Oh, man, I'm looking forward to that. Before we get into our conversation, we play a quick game with our guests. It's called a game of chance.
Okay.
To see if the odds are in your favor, Proverb.
For sure.
All right. And we're going to play 3 rounds. All I'm going to do is ask you black or red. If you can get 3 out of 3, black, you'll be the first guest ever.
Let's go for black.
Black. You're sticking to your gun.
Sticking to my gun.
Reveal it, show it to the camera. Is it black?
It is indeed black.
Come on.
It is indeed black. 1 down.
That speaks to you trusting your instinct. Immediately when I asked, is it black or red, we're not hesitating. Talk to us about the importance of listening to one's inner self and trusting that instinct.
Look, I honestly think we are the custodians and the drivers of our fate. I appreciate that there are a lot of factors that you may not have control of, and I think that's where the chance comes in. But I think we need to manufacture our own path despite the elements that we have little or no control of. You know what I mean? So that could have gone any or which way. But it would be up to me to either pull another, to either shuffle again. And I feel like that's so symbolic of real life. Do you know what I mean? Where there are elements, there are factors that are beyond our control. But what we can control, which is usually number 1. You know what I'm saying? You adjust yourselves accordingly, and then you set the new course.
I love that, man. This is your second book.
It is, yeah.
Talk to us about this book. To Health With It.
To Health With It. So this is my second offering. The first one was a memoir, just a kind of documenting my life experiences. This, even though it's not a continuation, but you can say are all the learnings up till this point from the respective life experiences, So it's called To Health With It because it covers all the health aspects in the pursuit of a balanced and holistic life. So everything from physical health, mental health, emotional health, intellectual health, to occupational health. Something that's not widely spoken about. family health, something that's not widely spoken about as well. So 10 in total. But on my personal journey, I've kind of discovered that no single health aspect can be dealt with effectively singularly.
Oh.
Do you get what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So just to give you a practical example, if you're trying to work on your physical health, but your mental health is a little bit disrupted, that one affects the other. Or if you're trying to work on your emotional health, but your financial health is in dire straits, or you've got poor family health, like all these different aspects. But if you try and work on them concurrently, one also inversely supports the other.
It's a ripple effect.
It's a ripple effect. So it's so much easier to walk into the gym if you've taken care of your debts, if you are happy, if you're in the right space, in the right spirit. You understand what I'm saying? It's nice to work on your emotional health if you have your family support, and you have to work on your family health in that regard. Social health, the kind of company that you keep. Can you imagine if you work on your mental and your emotional health, but then the boys break you down all day long? Or we don't celebrate your victories, or we consider them as competition.
That doesn't support it.
You understand what I'm saying to you? So I came to the realization that all of the health aspects work together. And I also had to forego the pursuit of a perfect life and opt for the pursuit of a balanced and holistic life.
We'll get deeper into this conversation and understand what does balance look like practically. With Pro after this. It's 19 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. We are hanging out with the man himself, Proverb. Don't go anywhere.
Parlez-vous couramment le français? Êtes-vous passionné par la radio? Et êtes-vous qualifié pour travailler en Afrique du Sud? Envoyez-nous votre CV et vos 3 minutes démo en MP3 à @channelafrica.co.za pour avoir une chance de rejoindre la famille Channel Africa. Si vous n'avez pas de réponse après 14 jours, cela signifie que vous n'avez pas été retenu. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
Your life, your rhythm, your Africa. Channel Africa. Find it for free on Google Play and the Apple App Store. Matseko Mosito and Tebogo Likuleni on the upside.
21 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time, man. We're still hanging out with the one and only South African icon, broadcaster, entrepreneur, business leader. Used to host some music show once upon a time.
Some music show.
Some music show back in the days. Proverb. He's got a book out. He's got a new book out. It's called To Health With It. Pro, you were talking to us about the 10 healths that you unpack in this book. Walk us through some of them, because I think this would be a fantastic checklist for people to use on a daily basis, obviously after reading the book, where they can go through that checklist and say, okay, spiritual health, what did I do to strengthen that muscle? Mental health, what did I do to strengthen? What are those healths?
So for me, I break down the respective healths from physical health to mental health, to emotional health, to spiritual health, to social health, occupational health. Am I going to remember them all of a sudden?
Family health.
I speak of. I mentioned social health. Did I?
Yeah, they're all in the book, though. Yeah.
All in all, it's 10 in total. And I need you to understand that the book is not prescriptive. It's not written like a how-to manual for life. It's to say, these are my lived experiences, and I juxtapose that with what I actually studied, because I did a personal mastery course in the pursuit of my master's. But I want you to compare it with your own lived experiences as well. Let's compare notes and then together see if we can learn from each other. So it's just kind of my own experiences versus what I have learned. But I want to compare that to what the reader has experienced. So it's not prescriptive.
Okay. Got that. What was that first health that you had to address?
I hate that it's a low-hanging fruit. It was physical health. So, I start the book by sharing the story of how an exec at, some TV show that I used to host.
Some music show back in the days. Yeah, that one.
In the middle of a meeting, expressed that he was just displeased with the physical appearance of the host.
Displeased.
In fact, I'm being kind.
We've seen
the words used were "you are fat," is what he said.
Bro, that's quite mean, isn't it?
It's mean, but it's also a rude awakening, because it's not like he was telling a lie. It just hurt to hear it, and maybe the delivery style. But that being beside the point. The point is, what I did with that information, I then had to do a physical intervention and realize, because I agreed with him, I realized that I had to do something about my physicality. But in the process, I then discovered it's serving me very little if I'm unhappy, though I'm miserable or I'm depressed as a result of something. So the two kind of had to work together, and then you start thinking about your spiritual health. What is your place in the world? Where do you add value? Your occupational health. Am I valued where I work? Do I bring value? What is the general value proposition of this interaction? The quality of my friends, many of which I had to let go of because it was not adding to my life, nor was I adding to theirs. And you just start curating a little bit more on what you consume, whether it's socially, whether it's on social media, the content, who you interact with, where you are, where you're hanging out, and all this in the pursuit of a holistic life.
Someone listening into this conversation and they're wondering, where do I start? Practically, what can I do? I hear you saying, hey, listen, maybe physical is where I should start. I don't know. I'm very unhappy. I'm very dissatisfied work-wise, but I'm so overwhelmed. Where do I start?
Yeah, brother. And also, I love the way you're asking that because you offered me an opportunity to declare that the book is non-prescriptive. So it's not a how-to 10-step guide. First you shall, second you shall, then you must, first you must. No. So if anything, the book is aimed at stimulating that self-introspection and reflection. Because no true life stories, narratives are identical or the same, even though we can all relate. But your story will not be the same as mine, will not be the same as somebody else's. So with the book, it's an opportunity to just reflect and address it in a way that you wish. So let's talk about all the health aspects, and then the sequence thereof is completely up to you. You understand? Because I don't know what's pressing in your life.
Absolutely.
I don't know what the thing is that stops you from achieving this here life that you wish to live. You would know what that is.
Of course, You
understand what I'm saying? So it's my own experiences, but not telling the next person what they need to do. To try and stand on this here pedestal and claim that I'm the guru and I figured it all out is a complete false, which I do not wish to stand behind. But rather to say my own experiences, but carve your own.
I love that honesty, man. I love that honesty. Round number 2.
It's time.
Game of chance.
Let's go. I'm gonna stay on black.
Black on
Can
red.
I be honest?
All right, go for black.
Can I be honest?
Yeah, be honest.
Can I be honest?
Oh, come on.
May I be honest? What's that, 2 for 3?
That's 2 for 2. We've got one more round to go.
Nice.
If you get that round, you'll be the only guest we've ever had to get 3 out of 3.
The pressure, right?
There's no pressure. There's no pressure whatsoever. Talk to us about the people you consulted when writing this book.
Oh, man.
The role that they played in getting this book out.
Some special tips that I should have known it. With that name, I should have known. So, listen, brother. The reason the book took so long is because at first it was my own lived experiences versus the idea that I wanted to convey. And then where it solidified for me was while doing my last year for my master's. We then were introduced to this concept of personal mastery, where they broke down these concepts, but as quotients.
Wow.
Your IQ, EQ, PQ, SQ, and all that. And in there, you then introduced to all this academic literature of scholars who have spoken extensively about these respective topics. Do you understand what I mean? Wow. And you're able to then say, okay, let me incorporate all of this to solidify and to give credence and credibility to my work, Do you understand? So it was for me that marriage of lived experiences and academic literature and a little bit of research that I was able to arrive at this. So where you can take comfort is to know that, it's not thumb-sucked concepts. I realized that, oh no, this has been spoken about. Where I may have had a role to play is after appreciating the pursuit of that wholeness, holisticness, I was able to take various concepts but bring them together and to say, why do we always want to attend to each thing one at a time?
Wow.
One at a time, because I have seen in my own life, I have seen how one disconnected element of your life really affects the other. Have you ever been in gym but you're depressed, you're thinking about something else, something frustrated you, your mind is not in it, it's not in the game?
Many times.
Because the debit orders are going to be coming off shortly. Do you understand? So immediately there, all the other elements are affecting my physical health. Same as spiritual health, and take occupational health, for instance. If I'm miserable at work, I go home, I have a lousy relationship with my children, I'm now offloading on them all of a sudden. Or in my friendship circles, they don't enjoy my company anymore because I'm always just downing and dumping on them and so on. So I don't know. I just kind of think there's something to be discovered there, man, about all of these elements working together.
Where can we find the book?
The book is available any and everywhere, any reputable store, everywhere from exclusive books to online to Amazon to Loot to bargain books to you name it. Any sort of reputable book distributor, we've ensured that they have a copy. If not, you're more than welcome to insist they order it for you, because I do have an international distributor. So, irrespective of where in the country you are, True Health With It is available.
All right. It's 30 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time. Pro, I would love to wrap up our game of chance with you.
Let's do it.
But let's get our sports news and our business news before we continue our conversation and wrap it up nicely. Let's get the final sports update. Figile Lingwati is standing by.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Let me serve off with tennis news. World number one Carlos Alcaraz was named the winner of the 2025 Stefan Edberg Sportsmanship Award, which recognizes behavior on and off the court. The Spaniard beat Felix Auger-Aliassime, Grigor Dimitrov and Casper Ruud to his second award, having previously won in 2023. The award, named after the legendary Swedish player, is given to the player who conducted himself at the highest level of professionalism and integrity. It was first awarded in 1977, but 2025 saw a first as it was voted for exclusively by former number ones. An example of Alcaraz's professionalism that were noted by the International Tennis Writers Association include during Roland Garros, where he called a foul on himself in his fourth-round clash against Ben Shelton. Roger Federer has won the award a record 13 times, having been the recipient in every year except 2010 from 2004 to 2017. On to rugby news. There are no fewer than 9 Springboks in the Stormers starting lineup for the Champions Cup encounter with La Rochelle at Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium on Saturday. Warwick Geland, Sasha Feinberg Mgomezulu, Kobus Reinach, Ivan Roos and Andre Hugo Venter all come into the starting 15 for the clash with the two-time champions, which kicks off at 3 p.m. on Saturday in Gqeberha. Geland has recovered from the illness which saw him ruled out on match day ahead of the 2016-17 win against Bayonne last week, and will have wings Dalen Smart and Lionel Zas with him at the back. On to football news. Bafana captain Ronwen Williams reckons the team's long-awaited second continental title at the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. Bafana assembled for their final preparation camp this week ahead of the tournament to be held in Morocco from the 21st of December to the 18th of January. The team last achieved continental glory almost 30 years ago on home soil, and after retaining a bronze medal from the previous AFCON in the Ivory Coast, Williams believes they are up to the task of making the nation happy.
Yeah, of course, that will be the expectations now. That's the expectation that we have for ourselves, that we want to go one better. But is it going to be easy? No. Everyone is probably thinking the same like us, that they want to win it. Morocco, as being the host nation, they don't want to let their people down. So it's not going to be easy. We're going to have to double our efforts, have the right mindset, the killer mindset, each and every game from the first till the last, and just use our experience that we gained in the last AFCON and build on what we've built on over the last few years to just carry us through.
The Mamelodi Sundowns captain is no stranger to the big stages, including the recent FIFA Club World Cup in the US, and shares the importance of not having stage fright as he leads the team to Morocco.
No stage fright. And I think I'm blessed in that sense, because not many players can say that, because it's not easy. Playing in front of so many supporters, they make it hostile for you. You sometimes you feel, you can feel it and it can get you. But me being the person I am and what I've been through with the national team, club football as well, the good moments, the bad moments, nothing can faze me anymore.
And in golf news, the Alfred Dunhill Championship has officially started its new chapter at the Royal Johannesburg Club, marking a significant change after 2 decades at Leopards Creek Country Club. The championship kicks off at the Royal Johannesburg Club from the 11th to the 14th of December. This Premier Sunshine Tour and DP World Tour co-sanctioned has brought a field which includes an impressive gathering of former Alfred Dunhill Championship winners led by major champion Louis Oosthuizen. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. This is Channel Africa Sport with me, Figile Lingwati.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African Perspective. The Morning Switch Weekend with the Shy Guy.
There's a Ugandan lawmaker. His name is Atkins Katusabe, who speaks with an American accent in Parliament. So the parliamentarians have complained that we don't understand what you are saying.
Listen to him. Come on.
Mr. Speaker, I think this is a disaster that could cause an extinction of our entire community. Going to procedure?
Mr. Speaker, the English that is trying to put this matter here is confusing a number of us and making us miss very serious issue. It needs to speak the common English of Uganda. The English is too much.
Need a piece of paper so that we'll be able to read. The English is too much. I picture him saying order, out of order.
Saturday and Sunday mornings belong to the Morning Switch. 3 to 6 a.m. Central African Time.
36 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time. Let's get the final business news this afternoon. On the upside, Bontle Headbush is standing by.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Thanks, Debucho, and a very good afternoon to our listeners. Our top story this hour: Kenya's central bank governor, Kamau Tuga, says the International Monetary Fund staff are expected to visit the country in January to continue discussions with Kenyan authorities over a new support program. The East African nation's $3.6 billion program with the IMF expired in April, and officials, including Tuga, have expressed interest in getting a new one that will include a lending component. However, negotiations have been delayed by a disagreement on how to classify securitized loans. Kenya's central bank reduced its benchmark lending rate by 25 basis points to 9% yesterday, its 9th rate cut in a row, as it tries to stimulate bank lending and support economic growth. South Africa's Pay Inc. Economic Index, which measures the value of all electronic transactions processed through Pay Inc., remained steady in November 2025 at 103.1 index points compared to October. However, that's up 3.5% the year before. This follows 6 consecutive months of steady monthly and annual gains in the index. The gains for much of the year have been attributed to improved economic fundamentals, which include a lower inflation and interest rate environment, and evidence of some improved economic growth, although nowhere near where it needs to be to see fundamental changes in areas like unemployment. Independent economist Elise Kruger elaborates.
The fact that the index did, tread water in the month, I think is just really all about a bit of volatility and the fact that economic activity, doesn't always move in a straight line. But if you compare to a year ago, the index is still up by 3.5% and year to date up by 2.9%. And that's almost double what we had last year in terms of growth in economic activity. So I think that really tells us, there's good growth out there, and we've seen that coming through also in our GDP numbers.
South African Electricity and Energy Minister Kgosientsho Ramokgopa says the improvement in electricity supply in South Africa will help improve manufacturing output. He has approved Eskom Holdings' revised unbundling strategy, marking a further step in the restructuring of South Africa's electricity supply industry in line with the Electricity Regulation Amendment Act. The approval, supported by the Eskom board, confirms the next phase of Eskom's separation and provides clarity on the future roles of transmission ownership, system operation and market operation. Ramokgopa has expressed optimism in the performance of Eskom as an important company that's contributing to the growth of the economy in the country.
We did identify electricity challenges together with the inefficiencies on the logistics side as a structural constraint to the South African economy. So these two areas of the South African economy have undermined the ability of the economy to grow at the desired level. And I mean, you can't have industry running when the lights are off, and as a result of that, we've seen that the capacity utilization at various industries has come down. Of course, Eskom has performed phenomenally well.
Meanwhile, South Africa's minister in the presidency, Khumbudzo Ntshavheni, says the country's economy remains on a positive trajectory with growth in employment and the improved finances of Eskom, among others. The minister says employment increased by 248,000 jobs in the third quarter of this year, with a decrease of 360,000 in unemployed people, as announced by the quarterly labour force survey. Ntshavheni says Cabinet also welcomed the continuing improvement in Eskom's financial and operational performance, with the power utility recording a profit of $1.42 billion after tax in the first 6 months, which is 37% higher than in the same period last year. She was speaking during a media briefing in Pretoria on the outcomes of last Friday's cabinet meeting.
On issues from the environment, on the economy, we start with the Eskom turnaround that is gaining momentum. Cabinet welcomed continuing improvement in Eskom's financial and operational performance for the first 6 months ending September 2025. Eskom recorded a profit of 24.3 billion after tax, which is 37% higher than the same period in 2024.
The International Monetary Fund has urged China to make the brave choice of speeding up structural reform as pressure grows on the world's second largest economy to shift towards a consumption-led model and curb reliance on debt-driven exports. IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva says China is simply too big to generate much more growth from exports, and that continuing to depend on export-led growth risks furthering global trade tensions. Georgieva pressed Chinese policymakers to adopt a comprehensive macroeconomic policy package, including additional fiscal stimulus and greater monetary easing, alongside targeted steps to rein in local government debt, resolve a protracted property crisis, and improve social welfare provision. And now taking a look at the indicators, $1 in Nigeria is trading at 1,451 naira this afternoon. In Botswana, it's 13 pula 18. Kenya, the dollar is trading at 128 shilling 33, and in Zambia, it's 23 kwacha 10. The BRICS countries, $1 in Brazil is trading at 5 rial 43. Russia, 76 rubles 82. In India, it's 89 rupees 92. China, 716, and South Africa, $1 is trading at 17 rand 4 cents this afternoon. $1 is trading at 75 pence to the British pound, and 85 to the euro. Looking at commodities, gold is trading at $4,192, platinum at $1,679 per ounce, while Brent crude oil is at $62.04 a barrel. And that's the business news. For any stories you'd like to share with us, please do send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or give us a call on +2711 714 4459. For Channel Africa Business, I am Buntle Hetbush.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Channel Africa, your voice, your sound, and your home. Stay logged right here. Africa in Business on Channel Africa.
The United States was very vocal at the beginning of South Africa's G20 presidency, and this is largely due to strained relations with South Africa at the time, that they were not really keen on participating. Where do they stand right now?
The US is planning to take over the presidency of the G20 next year, and our understanding from them is that they intend to continue to do so, and therefore it is quite difficult then to be in a situation where you are not attending deputies' meetings or discussions during our presidency and then to take over the presidency next year. From a finance track perspective, there has been engagement. We've been working on a communique last week and this week here in Zimbabwe. What's important about that is that it's a consensus document. And so all the members in the room have to agree to the language that is used there. And our US colleagues have been part of those discussions and negotiations.
Bringing the African markets into your home. Channel Africa, the African perspective. If it's news and current affairs, leading opinions, and thought leaders that get your groove, this is your home, The Upside.
45 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time, we've entered the final stretch of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African perspective, with me, Teboho Lekuleni. Join us on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. And don't forget to download our brand new Channel Africa app. On there, you can stream the show live. Not just the show, all the shows. Check out the lineup and get to know us a bit better as the presenters and see all the amazing work that Channel Africa is doing behind the scenes. We're still hanging out with the man of the moment, Proverb. He's got his second book out. It's titled To Health With It. There's more onto it. To Health With It. Reset, realign, and redefine your health, wealth, and happiness. Oh, come on. I want to touch on food.
Let's do it.
Physical. Talk to us about your relationship with food before and what your relationship with food is now as you pursue balance.
Dibs, again, brother, I have to quickly give you your flowers, man. It's the way you pose in these questions. So appreciating that one has a relationship with food, how we relate to food, where we position it in our lives in the value chain, right?
Yeah.
So for a long time, food was used as either an incentive or a reward system or a comfort system. You know, I know, and I'm very guilty of this still today. If I'm down and out, and you know that my interview with Brad Debza didn't go like I wanted and whatever, I'm no stranger to picking up a chocolate on my way home or something as a comfort food. But that already means that my relationship with food is questionable. So it's a crutch. It's something that I use to reward myself and whatever. And now I have found that having changed my relationship with food, where it's no longer something I either reward or comfort myself or lift myself up with or whatever, you know, has changed how I think about it. Obviously, there's all sorts of changes and there's all sorts of measures, and we all our bodies are different, so we respond differently.
Absolutely.
But for me, the little simple things like, you know, watching my sugar intake, watching my bread intake, watching the frequency of the meals, watching the time at which that I eat, and all these things. I mean, without over policing myself, you know, I just try and make lifestyle changes as opposed to quick fix solutions.
That says a lot about habits, Pro.
Yes.
Let's talk about habits.
Absolutely.
The importance of habits.
Absolutely. Yeah. So again, on this journey, what I found is, you know, quick fixes, shortcuts, the easy solutions never really work for me.
Yeah.
But it's things that you can implement and make a part of your life. That's where I found greater success. So with the physical health, as soon as I removed the scales, as soon as I removed, there's all these programs that you must be a part of and the targets and all that. As soon as I removed all of those things and rather implemented lifestyle changes, I was able to sustain for a lot longer.
Oh, man.
But I think I also give myself grace, as we should.
As you should, yeah.
Yeah, like if we decide it's Tebza's birthday, let's go have a cake. Let's go have a cake, man.
We're not gonna have banana, no.
You get what I'm trying to say to you? So yeah, so it's obviously just giving yourself a little bit of grace, a little bit of room to be human, to make mistakes every now and again, which we do. But that's all part of the life experience.
Oh man, it's 49 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. Let's take a quick breather. When we get back, we wrap up our conversation with the man of the moment, Proverb.
África. Conhece o Ntivani?
Claro que sou eu.
Ntivani é o amante da música de corpo e alma.
Eu amo música africana.
Ele aprecia todos os tipos de melodias e passa os seus dias a ouvir a Channel África. Adivinha só? Channel África quer ajudar o Ntivani e os amantes da música em todo o lado a descobrir ainda mais música incrível. Por isso, a Channel África está a convocar artistas africanos a submeterem as suas músicas. Músicos, lembrem-se de nos dar todas as informações relevantes no music@channelafrica.co.za. As submissões são a vossa oportunidade de ser ouvidos, mas não garantem inclusão na lista. Todas as submissões serão cuidadosamente analisadas para verificar se cumprem os requisitos da nossa estação. Canal África, a perspectiva africana.
This is The Upside for the best African vibes, groundbreaking content.
10 minutes before 4 p.m. Central African time. Let's wrap up our conversation with Proverb. Last round, game of chance. Proverb.
Let's do it.
Are you going to be our first guest to ever get 3 out of 3? Black or red?
I'm gonna go red this time, just to switch it up a little, to keep you on your toes.
All right. I appreciate that. I appreciate you thinking for me. There we go, man. Oh man, I'm losing everything.
Do I get some kind of
You know what? You used to give people on some singing show. You used to give them a wooden mic.
Yes. Yeah.
I got
among other things, among the $1 million in them.
Among the $1 million, I got you a wooden spoon. It says here, to health with it. I hope you'll keep stirring up some good meals, healthy meals that fulfill your body and rejuvenate your soul.
Thank you, sir. I must admit, this feels like some kind of karma as well, for all the many years that I gave out wooden mics. To be receiving a wooden spoon, I can't help but connect it to that. But thank you, brother. Symbolically, this is really, really dope, man. Thank you.
Man, it's been an honor having you on the show. And we can't wait to hear the feedback from people who buy the book.
For sure.
Use it in their everyday lives. Because I'm a firm believer on applying theory. There's nothing worse than just having knowledge but not applying it. Again, remind us, where can people find it? Where can they buy it today?
So today, as I say, it's available at all reputable bookstores. Everybody from Exclusive Books, the digital platforms you can actually find as well. Everybody from Amazon to Take-A-Lot. Actually, I have a list here. So Penguin Random House, you can get it online. The Exclusive Books, Loot, Wordsworth Books, Take-A-Lot, Bob Shop, Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Mind you, I only discovered we had a Barnes & Noble in South Africa a month ago.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, so Barnes & Noble is there as well. Google Play Books, all of the platforms you can find it. Just search for it, really.
Amazing. Bro, before we let you go, I'm going to play a quick game. It's a quick fire game.
Let's do it.
So whatever comes to mind, go for it.
First
Just answer
Cool.
first thing.
You're lucky I was a freestyle MC once in my life.
I know there's a question relating to that.
Let's go.
What's one health rule you break more often than you should?
Food. Sweet tooth.
Green juice or kota?
Got on the weekend, green juice in the week. That's fair, right?
I mean, you dodged it there, but okay. Which health? Oh, you remember you listed the 10 of them. Which health are you currently obsessed with improving right now?
Social health.
Are you a morning gym person or a late night creative session guy?
Morning gym, like to get it out the way.
What's one habit you are proud of and one you are still unlearning?
I'm genuinely proud of my intellectual pursuits and aspirations and academic studies. One thing I'm still working on is the second half of that.
Yeah,
is my social health, man. So I'm a bookworm. I'm a recluse. In the exterior, I seem loud and fun and this and that, but truth is, I'm rushing to go home to go sit still, to go play vinyls by myself, and I honestly just need to work on my interactions.
You're right. Love that honesty. If wellness were a rap verse, what would your opening line be?
Here's to me.
Oh, drop mic. Okay. Which book changed your life?
Man, I have read many from many of Robert Kiyosaki's. I'm a big biography reader. Right now, I'm learning about the attitude of money from a book. Oh, also the Wealth Money Can't Buy.
Oh, okay.
By Robin Sharma. Yeah. One of my absolute favorite, the same guy who wrote The Monk Who Gave Away His Ferrari. Got to interact with him, by the way, gave him a copy of my first book, and I interviewed him and so on. But, you know, that's the one thing I'm good at.
There are plenty
and that's them. Reading. And academic literature as well, I read a lot of.
Home workout or outdoor hike?
Home workout.
Any day, every day.
Home workout, yeah.
Bro, it's been an honor, man.
My namesake.
Let me ask this final question. How proud would mom be right now?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't make the boy cry like that.
Seeing this book.
Yeah.
How a young boy has grown into this man. What would she be saying right now?
Dibza, you know, it's not so much any of the work that I have done.
Yeah.
But what I think my late mom and my late grand would be most proud of is who I have become in the process.
Where can people find you on socials?
At Proverb Music, across all of the platforms. Let's engage, let's connect, let's challenge each other.
Yeah.
You know, and inspire each other to grow and to develop.
To Health With It is out now. Get it in any reputable bookstore. Get it online. Go to his social media platform. There are links there where you can buy it.
Yeah, your copy you'll get right here, my brother.
Oh,
so thank you so much. That was such an incredible interview.
Man, I appreciate
it's lousy business to go around, giving away things you're selling, But
not good business.
But listen, I have benefited so much and so enriched by this conversation, my brother, that it's the very least.
I really appreciate it, man. And this has been an honor for me to have a chat with you, sitting on that side. I've been inspired. Long may your star keep shining. You and are yours, a blessing. And may you continue to be blessed and highly favored. It's 4 minutes before 4 p.m. Central African time. Let's take a quick breather before we hand over to the Queen of Africa in business. That is Tami Ngubeni.
Parlez-vous couramment le français? Êtes-vous passionné par la radio? Et êtes-vous qualifié pour travailler en Afrique du Sud? Envoyez-nous votre CV et vos 3 minutes démo en MP3 à @channelafrica.co.za pour avoir une chance de rejoindre la famille Channel Africa. Si vous n'avez pas de réponse après 14 jours, cela signifie que vous n'avez pas été retenu. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
No matter where you are, Channel Africa is always with you.
My money, my body, now your own. Is that we body? If I tell you, say I love you, oh. My money, my body, now your own, oh baby. 30 billion for the account, yo. Yeah. Versace and Gucci, for your body, oh baby. No do, gotta for me. No do, say that, oh. No do, shakara, oh. No do, gotta for me, oh. Girl, you're beautiful too. My number one in tutu. Sipping bruku tutu. For your love it tutu. I go chuku. Biko obianuju. Sure you do me juju. Cause I'm feeling the juju. Shake it to you. I wanna dash it to you. You can have it to you. You know I got this in you. I love you. I love you. There's nothing above you. There's nothing above you. Bridget, you. I like your mini skirt, you. Okay, you carry fancy, you. If I tell you, hey, I love you, oh. My money, my body, now your own, oh baby. 30 billion for the account, yo. Yeah, Versace and Gucci for your body, oh baby. No do, gotta for me.
Oh man, what a fun show it's been today. Thank you so much for tuning into The Upside. Let's do this again tomorrow, same time, same place. This is The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa. The Queen of Africa in Business is coming up next, Tami Ngubeni. Upsiders, goodbye.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Looking at your top stories this hour, over 20 killed in collapse of 2 buildings in Morocco and calls for change to the European asylum framework. Your latest news. Greetings to our listeners. At least 22 people are now known to have died and over 15 injured after 2 buildings collapsed in Fez, one of Morocco's oldest cities. Local authorities in the Fez prefecture reported 2 adjacent